Rolling here on the Automotive Edge radio show. Back in the saddle again. We got Connor's Car Show coming up in April. How about that? It's going to be here before we know it. It's going to be a great time. Hopefully the weather will be what we want it to be this time of the year. This time.
Welcome to the AutomotiveEdge.com Stadium. It's the bottom of the ninth inning with 2 out, man on third, and Team Consumers are behind by 1 run. At the plate for the Consumers is Kurt Chase. The count is full. Joe Bag on the mound, waiting for the side. He goes to the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a long fly ball hit deep in the left center field. It's going, gone. 2-run homer. Another great walk-off win for Team Consumer by Kurt Chase at the AutomotiveEdge.com. Well, here we are, top of the morning. Thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show, the show that helps you with all your automotive needs. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop, we are here to help.
How many times do you think you said that over the last 21 years?
I like to have $1 for each one. You and I'd be on vacation.
Well, welcome to this morning's show. It's going to be a nice day in the North Texas area, too.
It is. I'm going to be out driving with the top off.
Your top?
Yeah.
No shirt?
No, that maybe
not that top.
No, the hard top.
Well, it's going to be nice. What, about 65 degrees or something?
Yeah, nice and sunny, and then I guess rain comes in tomorrow.
Kind of chills around again tomorrow, but thank goodness the freezing temperatures are out of the way. I can't stand that. But
yeah, opening up the cabinets, letting the water drip.
Yeah, I just get
do you
so
have to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody does, or they're going to have water running down the street.
Well, it's going to be a beautiful day, and we're here today live, Freeman Toyota, right here at 820 and 183. If you head south on 820, you take the Highway 10 exit, loop back around. We will be here till the noon hour. Come on out. Let me tell you, the showroom is packed with Toyotas, which is a good thing. The lot is packed with Toyotas. That's another good thing. And that means the deals are today. And when you're in the slowest part of the year, the first quarter of the year, that's when you make your car deal. Right now, the deals are absolutely fantastic. And I've been telling everybody this for 37 years. This is the best time to buy an automobile. Everything slows down. Everybody's getting the Christmas evergreen sent off, and the hangovers are gone, and paying off the Christmas bills. And then you have the shortest month in February, the shortest selling month. And then March, everybody starts getting ready for the tax man. So this is the month where the dealers really, really, lay things out there to make sure that they're making the best deals. Interest rates are falling. I haven't seen this much zero APR out there. In fact, right now on the Tundras here at Freeman, you get 2.9 for 72 months. We haven't seen that in, I can tell you how long. So the deals are picking up, the rebates, the incentives, the discounts. Everybody wants to get through Q1, which is January, February, March. And the place, if it's a Toyota, there's not a better place. Freeman Toyota, I've known Dane Miner, general manager, for over 40 years. My brother was a part of this company for 42 years. And
wasn't your nephew part of this company for a long time?
He was. He worked here for years. And family owned and operated. It makes a difference. So come on out here and see us. Freeman Toyota, located at right here south of 183 on 820. And meet the great Boski.
I'm here. Not far, just a little south of the, what's the mall here called?
Northeast.
Is it Northeast?
Northeast Mall.
Okay. Yeah, right at 820.
Ain't much left of it.
Yeah.
You walk into pretty eerie.
A lot of malls are like that.
Yeah, pretty scary.
Yeah. But, the strip malls seem to be coming back.
Yeah.
That was like the back in the day. That's what it was when I was growing up. And then they went to the mall, regular malls, and most people want to know what a mall is. Now they're going back to strip malls.
What's the big mall down there on 35 that everybody used to go to? It's closed now.
On
Like
35?
you're going towards Waco.
Oh, I don't know.
The big what was that called?
Oh,
Anyway, it's all closed up now.
well, and then that one that was on 635 that was there forever. Was
Town
it
East
North
Mall.
Town East? It's
Gone.
demolished.
Yeah.
That building, nothing's there now.
Yeah, they're going to put a city in there.
I know. That's what they're doing, a square.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a town square like that
Yep.
idea. But yeah, things change. You know, that's what happens, and it does change in the automobile market too.
Hillsboro.
But that was a discount. What do they call it?
Yeah, like the Allen.
Right. It was like that.
So we drove through there on the way back from Galveston, and it was eerie to see everything was just gone. I remember that was the deal. And then you got the one up there getting close to Denton, Tanglewood or whatever it's called.
Right.
And you have also the one by the racetrack, but those things are kind of
the racetrack seems to be hanging in though.
Dying out
behind I think because Bucky's probably might be helping it.
Oh yeah,
because
Bucky's helps everything.
Yeah, and it's right next to it, so I think there's some hope for that one to stay a while.
I had a Bucky's burrito on the way home from vacation.
Yeah,
I love it.
A lot of people love everything.
And I had some Bucky nuts. I've never had them before.
Well,
you ever had them?
You're starting to look like a Bucky. Yeah. I know. I've never have. Never
like
have
little
it's like little corn
caramel puffs or
is that what they are?
Yeah, really good. Linda bought a bag of them, and yeah, I like Bucky's.
Well, they're growing, and there's two of them near me. In fact, one is by the 35W at 114 and 35W, and then the other one is just in Denton at 35E. Yeah. And so I can get to either one of them. Now, the one at 35E is really cool because they sell non-ethanol gas.
Yeah.
And I like that, especially for my mowers and riding more and stuff.
Well, I was blown away because while we were there, Bucky came out and they announced it. Man, these kids went absolutely nuts.
About what?
Bucky.
Oh, about being there, you mean?
Yeah, he came out and
taking
pictures, doing a little dance, shaking it up a little bit.
Nothing wrong with that.
I watched the story on the people that started Bucky's. What a brainchild.
Yeah. And it started in Texas too, didn't it? South Texas somewhere?
Yep, that's the deal. Multi-billion-dollar company.
That is for sure.
Yep, no waste. He has no waste. Everything is donated or given, or they don't throw nothing away.
That's good though.
Good
That's
for them.
What you want to hear.
Well, hey, come see us today, Freeman Toyota. We got a whole lot more sponsors, a whole lot of show to bring you today, and the outlook on what's going to happen in 2025. My thoughts. What's going on with the Green New Deal? The biggest changes you think that I think, and you're going to see in the auto industry coming up, and I think it's going to be swift. I really do. What's going to happen with the $7,500 tax credit going away? What is that going to do to electrification? And
well, I know that the new administration is doing away with a lot of mandates.
Yep.
So I think that's going to be great for people in the long run.
Yep.
Because you shouldn't be mandated to buy anything or do anything really. So hopefully that'll be turning out the way we'd like to see it happen and let people have their choices.
100%. Good morning to Ty Gemman. Got Connor's Car Show coming up in April. Put that on your calendar. I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll be.
I think that's your number. I got to remember what year number that is that we're going to be out there.
I think it's about 9, isn't it?
I think so. And good morning to one of the sweetest ladies. We love her so much, Kathy Anderson. Miss you, love you. Big hugs and kisses going your way.
The Connor Car Show's April 12th, starting at 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. there at the Keller Town Center. And we'll be posting it out on our social media sites. And speaking of social media sites, if you just joined us here on the Automotive Edge radio show, we're here every Saturday morning on Talk Radio 1190 KFXR, iHeartMedia Network station. And then we're on our live feeds, audio and video, on the Automotive Edge radio show Facebook page. Then our sister page, Shifting Gears, on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is under Kurt Chase's personal channel. That's KURTCHASE, LinkedIn. And then on YouTube. And on YouTube, you want to go to the Automotive, to search it, the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Be sure and add Radio Show in there to get the right channel. The Automotive Edge Radio Show there. Subscribe to that because we're trying to help the teachers raise money. And if we get 1,000 hits on that or subscribers, we're going to get $1,000 for those teachers.
Yep. And the teachers need it. We've been delivering school supplies rapidly. I got in another list, about 42 teachers, I think it was total, and we're filling that list right now, making sure that they can be teachers. They can relax and make sure that every kiddo sitting in the classroom has exactly what they need to get educated. And boy, do we need that in the state of Texas. So subscribe on our YouTube channel, the Automotive Edge Radio Show. And every time we hit 100, we're getting a check. And
you mean 1,000?
Yeah, 1,000, excuse me. And then it goes right into the teachers' classrooms. So anyway, good morning, Ronnie Swain.
He says, man, that truck, we look really cool, that truck behind us. And that's one bad boy, too.
Well, Bo, you look cool no matter what, don't you?
Well,
I mean, you're wearing black, too.
Yeah, I did that this morning. Did the little black thing since it was kind of cool, 37 degrees, a little breeze this morning. I brought my heavier jacket, too. Notice that?
A little chilly out there this morning?
Yeah, it's going to be nice, though, today. But in the mornings, it's just, I don't know. I'm just not a cold weather guy, not an early morning guy either. So two of those things hit me kind of early.
Yeah, our dogs are up every morning, 5 o'clock.
Really?
And little Bernie Doodles, my wife loves so much. 5 o'clock, they get up and they shake. You know, like they're stretching their fur.
Right.
And you know it's time to let them out.
Man.
5 o'clock every morning.
My esposa would be having a long talk over those 5 o'clock dogs.
Yeah, she loves them dogs.
I know she does.
I think she traded me for them dogs.
You know what? There's no doubt about it, to be honest with you. I hate to say it.
That's right. Let's take a quick break. We get back. We got a whole lot of car talk coming up. 214-787-1190 is the number. If you got a question about where to go, who to see, what to do when it comes to your automotive needs, 214-787-1190. Let's take a quick break. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver. We'll be right back. You were really Black Bart on the Beaumont.
Do I now? Oh, I remember Black Bart. He was so there was a show called Cowboy John.
Cowboy John.
Kid show, like a early morning kid show. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Ronnie, but I think it was mainly like on a Saturday morning. I don't think it was every morning. It could have been, but I think it was mainly on a Saturday. And this guy named Cowboy John was actually a newscaster. Like he was the main newscaster on what channel, whatever that was he was on back in the day, a local network, station. And he was the main guy for the news. But then he had this Cowboy John show for the kids, and he had this anti-Cowboy John person called Black Bart on his show.
Huh.
And he dressed all in black, cowboy hat black, and everything.
I don't know why I remember that.
Well, now Black...
Something in with some show or comedy or comic.
Well, Black Bart is also in the movie where you'll put your eye out. When he's dreaming about having dad, he goes, come on, Black Bart.
Christmas Story.
I think that's what it's called. The Christmas Story. And he got, come on, Black Bart. So that he says that too. But
when he's out in the backyard acting and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretending. And it was on CBS, and yes, it was Channel 6, I believe, down in Beaumont. Yeah, I watched that show every Saturday morning when I was a kid. And when I was younger, before I even went to school, I was a big Captain Kangaroo guy.
Oh, heck yeah. Who wasn't?
Mr. Green Jeans.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Green Jeans.
And who was the puppet was the kept always hitting his head on the counter. You couldn't talk, so you would just roll around or do whatever. Those were great days back then, man.
Yeah, and then you had Icky Twerp and Slam Bang Theater.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's why I got hooked on the Three Stooges.
Yeah, it happens. It did happen.
I remember sitting up in my theater room watching the Three Stooges. I was up there just laughing away. And my boys come up there and went, Dad, this isn't funny. Because
Well,
here it is black and white, you know.
right.
You
Yeah.
just got to sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
Good old slapstick comedy.
You just got to kind of, you can't watch it for 2 seconds. You're not going to figure it out. You got to watch what's going on.
I was watching one where the guy had the big block of ice, and by the time he got to the top, it was just an ice cube in the big tongs.
Yeah.
And he looked down, he kept trying it. He goes, "Why is that funny?" I'm going,
because they're stupid. That's why.
That's right.
They can't figure it out.
and if it wasn't for the Three Stooges, I wouldn't have had the honor of diagnosing you while you were in the hospital.
That's true.
I mean, there's a lot of things that go with that show.
Well, thanks for that show that helped you diagnose me with the Hannah Canapana.
That's correct.
The hospital would have never let me out. I'd have been there forever.
That's correct.
So, of course, they threw you out, but
I've been thrown at a better place.
We still got the job done.
That nurse saw me that next day when I come up. She couldn't quit laughing.
Great days right there, man.
Yep.
Who we got coming up?
We have Grapevine Ford.
Okay. We'll get it set up for you folk out there to check it out here on our social media feed. Grapevine Ford,
seconds.
right? Thank you, Maddie.
I got to call Kathy Anderson and ask her what restaurant Melinda and I took her to. Because we were thinking about her the other night in that restaurant, and I do not remember the name of it. If you know what it is, Kathy, where we took you to dinner, shoot it to me.
The BJ.
There you go.
Some sweet music right there. Did you see those little kids do that?
Oh, yeah.
And
They're outstanding.
oh, it was fantastic.
214-787-1190 is the Automotive Edge radio show, helping you with your automotive needs. You can always go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, leave me your name and number, and I will help you buy a car. It's free. We never charge a dime. We tell you if you we save you time, volunteer, we save you money, pay it forward. Handshake, hug, or repair are the only three things I'll take from you. And make sure your automotive needs are taken care of. It's just that simple. This segment of the show goes to Grapevine Ford, home of the Love It or Leave It promise. Get this, Ford Bronco Badlands, $7,000 in discounts. The Ford Edge Titanium, over $7,500. So you're going to get a minimum of $7,500, but when you qualify for all the other ones, the incentives, there's even more. And then F-150, MSRP 53,020. Get this, 41,066, $12,000 in discounts. The place, Grapevine Ford, between Main Street and Texan Trail there on Highway 114. All you got to do is walk in the door and say, I need to talk to Cameron or Cameron. Because the two Camerons are on the desk managing the dealership, Cameron Martin and his buddy Cameron, and they're going to take care of your Ford needs. And they've been a great sponsor of this show. Here in a couple of months, be 10 years we've been with Grapevine Ford. And Chaz Gilmore, the managing partner there, couldn't be a better partner with the Automotive Edge radio show. We've had so many of his listeners send money for our Adopt a Teacher program. It's just been absolutely incredible. In fact, we got a check the other day. It was a few months ago, and we got to take care of 28 teachers. Nice. Absolutely a blessing. They take care of the customers. They're long-term customers from sales to service and everything in between. The best way to own a new Ford is Grapevine Ford, home of the Leave It or Love It promise. Right there on Highway 114 between Texan Trail and Main Street. But find out all their specials at grapevineford.com. That's grapevineford.com.
So is it the home of the Leave It and Love It, or Love It, or Love It or Leave It?
Love it or leave it.
You said Leave It or Love It this time around. I thought that was kind of catchy.
Really?
Yeah. That's good news.
Leave it or love it.
It's kind of like, in the
I only had one cup of coffee.
Audible, when a quarterback audibles,
The Peyton Manning call.
What are they? What's Dax? Well, it used to be Omaha. That was Romo. Had that right. and Dak is like, whatever, or something.
Yeah, I forgot what he says.
Something weirdly kind of weird.
Yeah, and what's his name was doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so you audible there. That's a good job.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
We're rocking and rolling this morning here at Freeman Toyota on the affordable side of the Metroplex.
So here's what's really something is in the year 2024, get this, there was a norm of car payments.
Okay, norm of car payments. That means like people were doing a good job of having normal payments.
No means that there was a certain amount that became very normal.
Oh, like a figure, right?
$754 a month. Now let me. Now here's
that's the average. Is that what it was on average?
Well, it
kind
was
of
up
across the board, kind of that
38%.
Wow, that's high.
Now get this: the biggest increase was payments over $1,000.
Wow,
a month.
That's insane. I don't think my parents even.
What does that say?
That's what it says.
What does it say? Read it out loud.
It says record percentage of new vehicle loans have $1,000 payments.
That's right.
I don't think my parents even paid that for their house. In fact, I know they didn't.
Yeah, I mean it's incredible. And the big surge was starting what day?
What day? I would say in 24. Probably April 16th.
Election day.
Oh.
Once everybody knew Trump was going to be president,
they went out and bought
the high-end luxury cars. Now
came back.
Now I want to quantify that because when you start looking at payments over $1,000, the luxury brands went through the roof. He's what did it say? Wait, did you say $754 a month? Yep.
Yes, sir, Ty.
$754 a month for 72 months. So what happened was the people that were buying the Mercedes-Benz, the BMWs, Rolls-Royce, Bentleys, Aston Martin, McLaren, Porsche, those sales started just booming. And that's what raised that payment. But a lot of those payments, were well over $1,000. In fact, when I was talking to some of the folks around town, when people are buying Suburbans and Escalades and Navigators and all these different high-end big, land yachts, the average payment, one of my buddies was telling me was $1,700 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, that is just unheard of.
And I don't know.
So the average, get this, the average loan payment in 2024 was $754. The percentage of loans greater than $1,000 went up 19%. The average amount financed was $42,000. The average interest rate was 6.8%, and the average down payment was almost $7,000.
Wow, even with $7,000, those payments were like that?
Well, $7,000 is going to, change that much when you're buying a
I know
$110,000, $115,000 vehicle.
I got you. You're right.
What was amazing was how many people that were buying like the QX80 with Infiniti. I was blown away when I was talking to Brandon over at Grubbs Infiniti. He said that 90% people were writing checks for $100,000 vehicles.
Wow.
And he said the ones that didn't write a check put down 50% or more. Like, holy
Well, good
cow.
for them. I'm doing something wrong, I guess.
We hear about recession, we hear about this, we hear about that, but once it was confirmed that Trump was going to be president, I'm telling you, it's been Katie bar the door. Yeah. Now, you're not going to see this change hit immediately. It's not like we're going to wake up Monday morning and the Feds are going to come out and lower the rates. There's still a lot of his mandates that he's doing still have to go through Congress. But the way that
he's got the Congress with him.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of stuff done. When you look, a lot of the past presidents, they're still doing galas and parades.
Yeah.
And, man, he's flying around and talking. And I watched him when
he was actually signing that stuff on his inauguration day. I thought when he sat there and did that little table, I thought that was so cool.
Well, I watched him on that call with the guys over in, was it Davos, Switzerland? And he called them out. Said, here's the deal. Let me just tell everybody in the room, because it was all the world leaders and some of the most powerful, wealthiest people in the world. And he told them, you want the best interest rate, you do your business in the United States. You don't do business in the United States, I'm going to tax you. And for all you people that aren't working with the conservatives in your banking industry, you better fix that. I mean, he is taking this is what a president should do.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether you like him or not, he's doing what a president should do. He's not going in and conforming to the mold.
Right.
And that's why they don't like him. He's not being bossed around by Schumer and Pelosi and the rest of them. He's like, hang on a second here. Remember, it says we the people, and
exactly.
He's there for the people. And people can say he's there for his ego.
Whatever they want to say.
Say what you want. What he's doing. And you know what? My wife reminds me about kind of the Donald Trump that I have in me. She said, it's not what you're doing, it's what you're saying before you do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes the words, because they're not the way everybody wants to hear them and they're not so perfectly laid out or designed, they get a case of the red butt about it.
Right.
But when the results are there and all of a sudden their 401k is doing good, the bank accounts are looking good, everybody's ecstatic.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't like the approach. And I'm like, you know what? I'm way past that.
Yeah.
One thing I have
I think a lot of Americans are too.
Some of the comments that I make, that I need to put a little bit more sugar on it, especially when it comes to family. But I'm a meat and potato guy.
Right.
I call it like I see
30
it.
seconds.
Sometimes I call it too loud, but the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
214-787-1190. Let's take a quick break. Don't go away. Me and the great one, Big Will Bo Carver, the guru of radio, Matty Gomez back in studio.
Yes,
we'll be right back.
All right. What we got next? I like to get on top of it. I keep running behind because I got to find them. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in here on the Automotive Edge radio show and our Facebook page, the Automotive Edge Facebook page, Shifting Gears Facebook page, my personal page, Bo Carver, and then Kurt Chase's personal page. We're running on all of those. And then, of course, LinkedIn under Kurt Chase LinkedIn page, and then YouTube, the Automotive Edge radio show YouTube page. Search that and be sure and add radio show at the end of the Automotive Edge part and subscribe. We ask you, we're trying to bring that up every week. And whether you can watch us on YouTube. You don't have to watch us on Facebook. We're just as live there as we are here. But if you subscribe, we're trying to get to the 1,000 so we can get that money that we're going to be getting when we get there to help the teachers. So
I try to tell your friend, family, all you got to do is just go subscribe. Yeah. We hit 1,000. That's going to take care of a couple hundred teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Babaruski.
So that's all there for the, and you can follow us too by hitting the follow on our Automotive Edge page channel on Facebook. So a lot of places to keep track of us, and of course on radio as well as North Texas on Talk Radio 1190, the AM side of the iHeartMedia station here in Dallas Fort Worth, KFXR. So
Ron Weiss, that's a cool name.
Very cool.
Like a tough biker dude or something.
But what's your name? Second makes it even more powerful.
What's your name? Ron Weiss.
The second.
The second.
It is. Got 2 on there. That's what it is. Looks like Ron Weiss number 2.
Yeah, I just think it's like a tough guy. What's your name? Ron Weiss.
Yeah, it's kind of a wrestling.
Kind of like something the Terminator would say.
Yeah, like it's kind of a wrestling name. Like I'm going to put you in a headlock vice, like a vice grip.
Yeah.
It's Ron out there getting
What's
it
your
done.
name?
He's
Ron
laughing.
Vice.
It's true though. It's a cool name. We call it like it is here.
I mean, just think Kurt Chase, Ron Vice.
Yeah.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Well, the Cowboys got a new coach. Another puppet for Jerry.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. They got the offensive coordinator and he didn't even call plays. So he's going to be the play caller too, or are they going to bring another offensive coordinator to call plays?
Who knows? Well, the defensive coordinator's gone. Special teams coach gone. Defensive secondary coach gone.
Mm-hmm.
One went to the Titans. One went to Chicago. The other one went to Miami. We don't need Zimmerman back. I mean, he's done his time. He looks confused on the sideline.
He's gone, isn't he?
Yeah, well, they haven't said, but I'm sure he's not coming back.
Well, I don't know. I don't see much happening for the next 10 years.
This is where I feel like I need to be on roller skates with my wife going in circles.
Ronnie Swain said don't quit your day job trying to dance. That's your
Did he really
best
say
friend.
that?
Yeah, you got to go back and look at that. Right here. Kurt, don't quit your day job while you were dancing last break.
Wow. I got the moves, though. Did he really say that?
Yeah,
that hurt.
It's hard to really see Kurt in action unless he's on the actual dance floor, though. Right?
Man, I got some groove, dude. Look at Ronnie Vice. I'm the baddest SOB on here.
Yeah, that's true, brother. I agree with that.
Thanks so much for joining us here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show. Here today, Freeman Toyota, 820 and 183. Just head south on 820, take the Highway 10 exit, and stop in and see us. You're not going to find a better deal on a Toyota. You're just not. I've been around these folks for many, 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 many years, and know from the owner to the GM to the GSM to the managers, it's the real deal. Go to freemantoyota.com. So I've been asked a lot of questions. I'm in so many automotive groups and LinkedIn and
YouTube now.
So many different feeds. And so I was asked, in my humble opinion, what I thought was going to be the biggest changes for 2025.
In what capacity? Just in general, period?
No, for the automotive industry.
No, but just in general, not like, okay.
Yeah, not finite because nobody knows.
Right.
There's everybody's scrambling now. But one great thing is that we're going to save well over trillions of dollars on the Green New Deal. There is no Green New Deal. There's no, they named it that, but what a waste of money to give people money to research what we all know needs to be done. Build cleaner factories, build cleaner cars, slow the pollution down, but it's got to be worldwide. The other countries have to be doing it, which they're not.
Yeah.
So why are we taking American taxpayer dollars and putting all these crazy mandates here that are driving up the cost of everything in the world, and nobody else is participating? Not to say that we shouldn't do our part. Let me be very clear about that. But on the automotive side, when you look at what the auto industry is doing as a whole, they're moving leaps and bounds faster than all the old crows up in Washington.
Yeah.
With we started out with LEV, low emissions vehicles, went to UE LEV, ultra low emission vehicles, now SU LEV, super ultra low emission vehicle, and they just keep getting better. Like Toyota, they believe in the word Kaizen, making better. And that's what the auto industry is doing. They don't want to put out these massive polluting vehicles. They're doing it on their own. But the mandates that they're putting on there is just dumb. Everybody wants to live in a cleaner world, in a healthier world. They're doing their part. But the people in Washington, most of them don't have a clue of what they're doing. They get together with this company or that company or this lobbyist or that lobbyist, go, hey, if you helped us with this, then we can build all this. and you can buy stock in the company and everybody can get rich. It's amazing how many go into Washington with hardly anything, come out multi-bazillionaires. And a lot of these mandates create that because they got the end. They see what's going on.
Well, that's one thing that needs to disappear is lobbyists.
Yep.
So that would end that.
The Green New Deal is done. It doesn't need to be anything. Period. Zip zero. The Consumer Protection Bureau, bump that out, get rid of it, and leave the auto industry alone. They have to build good quality products to survive. Good quality products. I don't understand why somebody's trying to reinvent the wheel, because when you reinvent the wheel, you're going to take it at a round. Right now, the wheel is perfectly round. Leave it alone. Let the manufacturers sink or swim. You build cars that people want to buy, they're prosperous. If you don't build cars they want to buy, they're not prosperous. It's really, really that simple. This is ABC 1, 2, 3.
Well, I think that speaks for everything. When people don't want something, they don't buy it. When they want something, they buy it. And so, that's the whole deal right there.
Yep.
It just let it take care of itself.
Yep. Let's stop the Chicken Little syndrome that Al Gore started many, many years ago with the sky's falling. It's not. The Lord's coming, but the sky's not falling.
Mm-mm.
It will when he gets here, but it's not when Al Gore starts ringing the bell. All of that is baloney.
Did you see where I sent you? If I can find it.
The other thing is, let's make changes that are reachable. Let's make things that are attainable. One reason I left an auto group that I was managing was they said, okay, we're going to move to the highway. And when we move to the highway, we're going to be 3 times as profitable. So here's the bar. I said, I'm out. That's not attainable. And it never has been. I've seen the numbers that the dealerships are doing, and they never were. But, we have these visions of grandeur, and some of these people just have these visions of grandeur for the auto industry that are just unattainable. When you say that we want a cafe, which I really don't get the cafe, why a cafe even matters here again in the auto industry, which is the corporate average fuel economy, what the company as a whole has to average over their fleet.
Well, I can tell you what that is. That's trying to put it to where people don't buy gas. If we can affect the oil companies to where they don't produce oil, if there's less uses of oil, then that is going to make where the companies are not going to be, selling as much oil, which is what part of the Green New Deal is, isn't it?
Yeah,
not
but if you
using
think about
fossil fuels,
they
right?
don't have anything right now to replace it.
No, but what I'm saying, that's in their mind. That's why you have
100%,
that. Because
100%.
if you have it to where you use less gas, it affects the oil business, which is what they're trying to utilize as a evil to the environment. So that's why we have that. But it's not working. It doesn't work. Because all it does is just hurt. It hurts the manufacturers, hurts the dealers, and it hurts the people that don't care. About it. If they want to drive a vehicle that gets 5 miles a gallon, what difference does it make?
That's right. There's a difference between phasing out and mandating and stopping.
Right.
And I hate to call them idiots, but they're idiots. When you're a dentist, you don't get called up to do brain surgery. When you're a assembler, you're not one to design a building.
Well, it's similar to that also, to the fact if you're a dentist, you can be a dentist, but you can't use a certain deal for your filling, or you can't do maybe a this or a that. Well, dude, I'm a dentist. If I need to do that, I need to do that.
Buddy, I was blown away when the guy that my pool pump went out.
Oh, yeah?
And you know what he said? You're lucky, because the mandates change in April where you have to use this motor and it's 3 times as much.
There you go.
I'm like, what are you talking about? I looked it up. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. There's a mandate on what type of motor to put on your pool.
Well, there you go.
You have got to be kidding me.
That's called government overreach.
We're
Big brother.
$36 trillion in debt, and you're worried about the motor of a swimming pool. You have got to be kidding me. And this is the craziness that's going on in Washington, that we need the right people in there.
Right.
Man, I'm telling you, when you're draining the swamp and cleaning it, and you start bringing in this younger, intelligent, you know what? I would rather have common sense than unreachable intellect.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of gone out of DC.
Common sense fixes
there's no such
everything.
animal there.
It just fixes everything. So here's the things I think to flip things around in 2025. I really do. Less electric. We're not ready. The grid's not ready. Let's get the debt down and then start working on the infrastructure. You can't build this infrastructure with the debt that we have and make it viable for anybody. More hybrids and turbos, which are coming. If you look at what Toyota's doing and what Honda's doing, you're going to see that pretty much all of their fleet, I'm betting in the next 5 to 6 years, everything coming out is going to be hybrid. Camry is now all hybrid, Corolla hybrid, and you have a lineup in almost every product that they have that's hybrid. Honda's coming right up the trail with the same deal, and everybody will when you get into hybrid technology, which is really going to really slash the MPG, miles per gallon. So there's other ways to do it. And then people say, well, when they put in hybrids, what is that going to do as far as for guys like me that I love the performance of an automobile? Turbos. There's so many vehicles now that you're going to be seeing out there that are 4-cylinder turbos, 6-cylinder turbos, 6-cylinder twin turbos, and a lot of the V8s are going to be going away. When I saw that Dodge was getting rid of the Hemi, I'm like, oh my goodness, that broke my heart.
I saw that. Yeah.
I drive a Hemi. I love that Hemi.
Mm-hmm.
I love everything about it. But you know what? Times are changing. But you know what? What they're putting in place, the manufacturers know that they still need torque, they still need horsepower, and they still need towing capabilities. And they have the technologies to take that from a V8 to a V6 or a V6 clean burning diesel or a V6 twin turbo and maximize that automobile.
Well, it's got as much power, plus it's a lot lighter engine, which helps the performance of the vehicle overall, right?
Yep. So these guys know what they're doing. The government needs to butt out.
Well, the government doesn't know what they're doing about anything, so why would they want to tell somebody that knows what they're doing what they're doing?
Because they can.
Well, it's because they
do it just because
overreach, and it's always money involved. And
that's what I want to hear them honestly say. Why do you do it? Because I can.
Because I got my palm greased. I'd like one person to say that. They ain't gonna say it, but you know that's what it is.
That's right.
That's all it is.
So anyway, with the turbos coming in and the amount of high performance 4-cylinders, I mean, you got a lot of 3-cylinder engines out there as well right now. A lot of people aren't even aware of. They get in and drive and go, "Wow, this is really cool," and not realize that you have a 3-cylinder motor. 4-cylinder turbos, V6 turbos, twin turbos. That's the future. And then a lot of these clean burning diesels that you're seeing in your Tahoes and Suburban and your pickup trucks. It is the way of the future. As transition will come, but it can't be overnight. We can't put the cart in front of the horse. Not in the auto industry, the largest employer in the world, and you're going to see things just continue to get better and better. Let's take a quick break. Don't go away. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver, here today live, Freeman Toyota on the affordable side of the Metroplex. We'll be right back.
We got this guy named Will Sakala tuned in. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Good to see you. You know this guy named Will Sakala, Kurt?
Who?
Will Sakala.
Will Sakala.
Do you know that guy? You have any idea?
Trying to think.
Good morning, our brother. How you doing? You got it. That's all right. We try to find a spot.
Good behind us.
Yeah, everybody's bragging about it. Everybody's bragging about it. The truck being behind us. You got your new hat, didn't you? That's cool. Look good though. What? Oh my gosh. Don't tell anybody that. Tell them they're $300 hats.
Put Grapevine Dodge up.
All right. Just tell them they're $300 hats. You doing okay? Really?
Will Sakala going to Cars and Coffee over at Street Side.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
wonder how long I think that goes till noon. I don't think that I'll have a chance to run over there. They always have a really nice showing over there.
Where's that at?
Street Side over there behind Highly Accurate,
Oh, okay.
where they have all the consignment
I
cars.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. You taking your car, or is it just a meeting?
No, you just whatever you want to drive up one of your classics, or just drive your car over. And usually, Cars and Coffee is you have the car, whether it's a classic car, a high performance car, whatever the case.
He's taking his green Challenger. Sweet.
No doubt about
Awesome.
it. Yeah, he told me he's selling it, and he's got his orange one over there for sale too.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, he's getting rid of both of them. He's getting out of the Hemi. But I see that I think it was Ron posted he got a Hemi.
Yeah. Yeah, he says he's good with the hybrids, but he's out on the electric.
What is that? Good morning, Will Sakala la.
What is that? Where's that at?
What is that?
I don't know how it happened to that.
That's outstanding.
That works good though, didn't it? I don't know how that worked. I guess I was spelling it and then it took it.
Good morning, Laura Lee. Thanks for joining us here on the Automotive.
Will says he's going to be looking to buy a hybrid car.
Yep.
Awesome, man. Look at him go.
He's always looking to buy something.
I know, but
he's always buying.
It's cool. He's thinking hybrid.
He'll get rid of 4 and buy 3.
Well, he sounds like somebody else I know too.
4.
Yeah, he sounds just like somebody else I know that I'm sitting next to.
What are you talking about?
You heard me
for a long time.
Oh, all right, okay. Yeah. Well, listen.
I just paid off my truck first time in 22 years.
I got to roll my pant legs up because it's getting kind of deep in here. And yeah, how long is that going to last?
I was paid for. I ain't going nowhere.
Here we go. There's going to be something roll out. He's going to get the itch for it. That's going to be gone. I give it 6 months. I give it 6 months. That sucker won't even be around. You better love it now.
Bo, look at the camera.
What's the camera? What is the camera? Who's saying look at the camera?
Laura Lee did.
Why am I supposed to look at the camera?
Look
this?
Look at the camera. She wants to see your pretty face. That's right. It's just a bucket of bolts.
Who, me? I'm a bucket of bolts.
You're an old bucket of bolts. You're an old crate.
Correct.
Flywheels and belt.
All that rusty old stuff in the corner.
214-787-1190. This segment of the show is brought to you by Grapevine Dodge. We're going to be there next week for their grand opening. You ought to see this new showroom floor. It is stellar. With the new showroom floor comes a bunch of inventory. What does that mean? They got to get rid of it. So here's what they got. This is outstanding. A 2025 1500 Laramie Limited. Are you sitting down?
I'm sitting.
$16,000 off MSRP.
Wow.
No payments for 90 days. A 2025 Ram Laramie. $15,000 off MSRP. No payments for 90 days. And so when you go online to Grapevine Dodge, that's grapevinedodge.com. No payments for 90 days. And just think about it. Just the first two I told you was $16,000 off a limited, $15,000 off a Laramie, and it just gets better and better and better. The place, Grapevine Dodge, William D. Tate in 121. Stop out there and see our buddy Shane Peck and let him take care of your Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram needs. The specials are, and they're not gotcha specials. You know, a lot of times you see advertising And then you get there and they go, well, there was just one. It's already sold. Or we added $15,000 worth of ads and then show the discount. Just not the way they do it out there. The place, grapevine.dodge.com. Our buddy Shane Peck, let him know you're listening to the Automotive Ed Radio Show here on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network, and enjoy your Dodge experience at grapevine.dodge.com. Well, you can have it, Ron Weiss.
Yeah, it's loaded.
Said, 70 grand for that truck.
Yeah, but he said it's got all kinds of stuff on it, and it's pretty sweet. Come get it.
Yep. Let's see here. Biggest changes in 2025 coming up. You know what? I don't think there's going to be changes, but not. I don't think the change that a lot of people are thinking. I think the changes are going to be back to when Trump was in office the first time. I think that we're going to see. Right now, there's a big slowdown on building electric vehicles, which there needs to be. Let's get the debt down, the infrastructure ready, get this thing, in a whole different direction. I think,
and to let everybody know the reason why those productions are coming to a halt.
Well, nobody's buying.
That's
well,
exactly
the big
right.
thing is they're going to take away the $7,500.
But yeah, but
cash.
A lot of people weren't buying them in even with that. And
well, you know what? Here's the thing. Once they said that they were going to drop the electric $7,500
rebate.
Look at this. They jumped. The registrations jumped. Tesla led U.S. registration surged 21% when everybody heard that the mandates were going away. You know what's funny? Every time in the auto industry, when they say, okay, the
something's happening,
whatever's going away,
right,
everybody runs out and buys it. I remember so many products that we couldn't give away.
Is that happening like with the Hemi? People running, trying to get those?
Well, they were buying the Hemi anyway.
Yeah, right.
But once they announced that there were going to be no more Hemis, there was a flock to buy those vehicles.
Right.
With me, I remember when Honda had the Element, and we couldn't give those things away. Just couldn't give them away. They announced the Honda Element's being discontinued. And we couldn't get them.
Running out the door.
We're calling other dealers trying to buy their inventory. It's just amazing what people's mindsets are when a product's going away. Pontiac. I remember when I was with Pontiac, I was working with Mr. McDavid, and the mindset was sell them cheap and make the money in service.
Oh, wow.
They just wasn't that quality of a product. When they announced that Pontiac and Oldsmobile were going away,
it went through the roof sales.
Unbelievable.
Well, I think that's the same reason why these bands do the last concert, even though they're not going to be. They know that that's people, they're not going to be performing anymore. We got to go.
Yep.
So it's that mind, your brain, I guess, locks into something that, oh, well, if it's never going to be around again, I need to get it. And I love it, so I better get it now.
Yeah, so the 7,500 is going away on the electric vehicles, but what does that mean for the auto industry? Well, it means that they're going to have to be very creative now. There's going to be a plus in there for the consumers with electrification, and we'll talk about that coming up here in the next segment. 214-787-1190. If you got a question about where to go, who to see, what to do when buying your next vehicle, or you got something you'd like to say about the auto industry or something about Bo, give us a call, 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase, Big Wheel Bo Carver. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Well, it's been a very active week this week for the new administration. Congratulations on getting to work, rolling your sleeve up and getting after it. I mean, don't you like that? Isn't that what you want?
Huh?
Getting after it, the administration.
Oh, yeah, he ain't sleeping.
No, roll sleeves up and let's rock. That's what I said I was going to do.
And he's taking all these questions. He's letting all them reporters in his office. And, the Dems, all they're saying is, he just likes the camera time. Let me tell you, he's working.
Yes.
The whole time he's working, he's pushing a pen.
I think the whole point of that is to show that he's working.
And you can understand what he's saying, and he's making sense.
That's a
And
new
he knows who he is and where he's at as president of the United States.
Yeah, that's a big step in the right direction
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, it's a bright day. Thank God for it.
Going in and helping them people in North Carolina, and
Then and how gracious they are because they've been left in the mud.
I just cannot believe, and I don't think we'll ever know, why there's always these fires in California every year.
Well, people are setting them. There's arson almost every time. In fact, they're claiming, I saw and heard that it was like a company that was involved. They've arrested several people involved in that, I think, setting those fires. And a lot of people think there's a lot more to it, too. You know, who knows what's going on out there. Good morning, Charlie Davis.
Hello, my brother from another mother.
Is your weather doing good out there in Lubbock? We're gonna have a pretty day here finally.
Yeah, you got some nice sunshine there in Lubbock.
See, did I show you that deal I sent you? Where it says, where is it? Find it here. Winners will be a thing of the past by the year 2000. An Al Gore quote in 1993. Meanwhile, in the Gulf, they're getting 6, 7, 8 inches of snow.
Isn't that something?
That's your Al Gore for you. Been selling that nonsense ever since way back. Making millions off of that.
My buddy took some picture down on the coast, and that is hilarious.
Even in Galveston.
Yeah.
Even some of the ships couldn't leave. You know, their cruises because of all the snow and their ice and everything. Beaumont got hit hard. They got hit like we did 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
But that hasn't happened in a very, 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 very long time. But Al Gore says that the winters will be over by 2000. Anywhere to 2025, and we're getting blasted.
Yeah, we got paid millions for that.
Yep, he sure did. That's why you better be careful what you listen to. He says it's 32 degrees right now, but it will be around 51 later. Oh, good. I think we're getting about 65. Isn't that right?
Yeah, nice sunshine.
See what they're calling for here. My neck of the woods. 41 degrees here right now, and it's going to get up to 60. That's as high as it's going to get. But a little partly cloudy, but pretty nice.
And you don't like the cold.
I hate the cold. I'm ready for it to be gone. I hate it. I'm ready.
So what would be the ideal temperature for boat?
Well, of course, the ideal temperatures.
85?
Probably around 80, 85, about 50 at night.
So you could live in Hawaii.
Would love to live in Hawaii. If I didn't have to pay so much money to live there. Yeah, that would.
So you'd rather live in a year-round warm climate?
No doubt. They say Alpine, Texas has the best climate in Texas. Do you know that?
Alpine, Texas. Where is that?
That's down south west. Down there by what's that near that? Is that the Grand Canyon's in Texas down there? What is that down there? Got the big hole. Y'all help me, folk on Facebook. Alpine.
I've never heard of Alpine, Texas.
Oh wow, it's a beautiful place. Alpine, Texas.
Is that the something gorge?
No, what is it? Ron said he used to hate winters and love summers. The older I get, the more I like spring and fall. Yeah, of course. I mean, we all. That's where the Sol Ross State University is in Alpine.
Yeah, I like that first day where you can open up all the windows in your house, let all that fresh air in. You know, and then you got to button it up for the summertime and keep all the fans on, and then you hit that October where you finally get to open everything up.
Yes.
You talking about Big Ben?
Yeah, Big Ben. Thank you. That's exactly right. And
there you go, Charlie David down to Big Bend area.
Yep, it's perfect, and it's beautiful down there at Alpine. Got the mountains around there, and
I got to go see Ty. He has a gift for me.
See, here's
wait.
That's Alpine, Texas. Pretty sweet little town.
You been there?
Mm-hmm. I want to go back. Look at the mountains around there.
Wow.
Got a lot of stuff around there, around Big Bend, and go around there.
They're beautiful.
Look at that.
Good morning, Keith Morgan.
Thanks
for joining us today.
That's my cousin down in Beaumont.
Keith is my cousin.
Oh, well, now he is, I guess. You got to claim him, right?
Hey, Bo, Keith, you rather have me as a cousin than Bo?
He'd probably afraid to answer that question.
Thanks so much for joining us. 214-787-1190. The most expensive purchase you're going to make is your home. And with all that's going on in this economy, we want to bring on a specialist to talk about where you're going to park your car, maybe where you're thinking about parking your car, maybe you're thinking about buying and selling or moving. They all go hand in hand. Let's bring him on. Harmon Robinson. You want to learn more about Harmon, go to harmonrobinson.com. Good morning, Harmon. How are you, buddy?
Good morning, Kurt and Bo. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great.
Great
Yourself?
to hear your voice. Hadn't heard it in a little while. So super to hear
Every
you.
time you see a picture with Harmon, he's got 4 or 5 women with him.
What'd you say, Harmon?
I said we've all been kind of busy, buddy.
Well, good. That's good news.
He's out there boot scooting. He's got the best collection of hats and all them pretty ladies dancing with him. He got the life.
Yes, he does.
It's about time, let's think.
Finally, right?
So, Harmon, let's talk about what's going on. I'm sure there's got to be excitement with you in the industry with President Trump coming in. And, I know it's not going to be an overnight thing, but what are your thoughts coming around with a lot of people that are in arms? A lot of people that are still paying these crazy amounts of rent, the availability of homes, and what this looks like in your opinion.
Well, from what I've been hearing, the anticipation is it's going to be another first term, like we had back then when interest rates went down considerably. I don't know how far they'll go down, but I do expect them to go down. But I think that it's going to revive the industry. It's going to help the car business also. So I'm looking for some good times coming next at least 3 or 4 years.
Now, with once Trump was won the election, I noticed a lot of things from the auto industry. A lot of people, I know the auctions are doing good. The numbers are doing good. The high-end vehicles are doing very, very well in the marketplace. What's going on as far as you seeing? Are people looking now to step out and buy a home knowing that rates are going to go down eventually? They'll be able to refinance. What do you see stimulating right now in your industry?
Well, right now, Kurt, what I'm seeing and definitely experiencing is that new home builds are on the rise. Now, I don't know what the actual what's going on out there, what they're telling you is going on, but everywhere, I'm up in here in Denton County, and everywhere I go on a regular basis, what I used to see as a vacant lot for the last 25 or 30 years is being built on. And a lot of that is multifamily housing, 3, 4, 5-story buildings, which, in my opinion, look like the Eastern Bloc of Europe. But, that's just my opinion. And it's making the density unbearable. I mean, it's killer. Traffic is a killer right now. And I see that still going on. Now, are they selling them? Yes, they are. But what's going on the single family part, the building industry is having to give up massive concessions to get people to buy on the new. And it's making pre-owned home sales a little bit slower. Not slower, but you're having to give up a little bit more of your equity to get somebody to come in to buy your pre-owned home to compete with the new. That's one of the things I see is happening right now. It's happened to me. And so how do you combat that? When you go in to sell your home, you're going to have to understand you're going to have to sell it at market value, and they have to probably give some of that money away to get somebody to come in there. And when I say give money away, I'm saying concessions for the buyer at closing costs, the buyer to pay some repair expenses instead of the seller doing it, those types of things.
So what you're saying is, what I hear you saying is the people that were, if your house was valued at $450 and they were asking $500,000, $550, those days are kind of going to the wayside.
Right now they are, and that doesn't mean that property values aren't increasing. They're just not going up like they used to. And so in order to turn and sell and rebuy, you're going to have to know that in order for you to compete, if there's any new construction around your area, you're going to have to give up a little bit of that equity to get somebody to come and buy your pre-owned home as opposed to going and buying new.
Yeah, it comes down to supply and demand. Back up a few years,
right.
You couldn't find a property. I mean, there were people banging on doors going, hey, would you like to sell your home? That we've never seen that before. Or getting phone calls and all this stuff in the mail in your mailbox going, hey, we got a buyer for your home. I notice all that mail is gone. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, it is. It is. And the only mail where that's concerned are people that are suffering into default and going into foreclosure. And you're still going to get a lot of that because investors right now are still going and using properties as a way to get a little bit more, money in their pocket going forward.
Yeah, so, this has got to be the first time, and I've talked to a few people that are actually underwater on their home because they paid such a premium for it. And I have a buddy that paid an incredible premium to have a house to live here. Well, he's getting transferred, and he's not selling that house near what he bought it for 3 years ago.
Well, let me give you an example. Back in early 22, I sold a house, a 1,300 square foot house, single story, for $310,000. I just closed one this week, had 2,900 square feet, 2-story building, for $350,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
It's the same thing in the auto industry. When supply and demand wasn't there, people were paying a premium. I saw 10, 15, and on some products, I saw Escalades going for 20 grand over sticker. And now these people are trying to get out of them and they can't. And there's a lot of people when the bidding wars were going on in the homes that they're going to have to stay put and in order to do something different. But it was here again,
well, it's like you said,
supply
too,
and demand thing.
what people were doing, buying vehicles way over the market. They got to stay in them now to kind of balance that out to get out of them at some point.
Yep.
Yeah, because property values declined from 22 to now. And as a result, you could see when I told you about the 2 sales I did, you can see the big drop that they've had in value.
Yeah, see, going up 35W on the west side, they can't build those homes fast enough over there. When you pass 407 headed north, they are putting those homes up at a rapid pace right now.
How about 380 and 156 there? Do you know where I'm talking about, Harmon?
Yeah. Yep.
That's
I do, and I did some property inspections on some of those homes about 3 or 4 months ago.
They're coming in and building them right and left.
They are. Now, I currently have a place in Hazlitt. You know where that is?
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
That property is probably valued at, real value would be somewhere around $500,000. Well, I just did a BPO on it just the other day, and some new construction in the area are giving away an average of $13,000 per home in concessions to get those new homes sold. That's putting a real strain on my deal because it's not a new home, and I don't have concessions. I have to have equity to be able to give it away, and so I don't know if he's going to reduce the price on it or what, but that's creating some problems with pre-owned right now.
Yeah, well, my son built a house, and what they gave him as far as an interest rate and concessions on the house, my son goes, I can't touch that loan. I just can't touch it. And on the existing homes, it like you said, it's a whole different ball game that we're seeing right now. So I know you and I don't have that crystal ball. I know what I'm seeing already in the auto industry, but if you were to put your finger on, are we looking at maybe Q2, Q3, where there may be some daylight where they can give you a call and say, hey, Harmon, I'm looking to refinance, or I'm looking to sell, or I'm looking to upgrade my property. What are your thoughts looking down the road on all this?
Well, give me a call right now and let's get prepared, and let me give you a CMA, which is an idea of what the property is worth right now, and that'll give you an idea of what you're going to be able to do now and going forward. But I do think that once this frenzy over building new homes is over, or it comes to a slower down, your pre-owned homes are going to be a little bit more in demand.
Well, we're running out of land in some of the areas up here in North Texas. They're going all the way up into Oklahoma now. So that's going to slow it down when there's no more land to build, you know.
Well, I tell you, Bo, that may be something you're thinking, but if you look at Texas overall, let me tell you, there's plenty of property out there. This may not be convenient to your hospitals and your shopping and all that, but I just ran across a 2.5 acre place up here in Forestburg, which is up here close to Gainesville.
Right.
And $200,000 for this property is just it's a real nice deal for somebody that wants to come in and get out in the boondocks. And it's probably the second highest place in North Texas is where this little property is at, and it's really that's a pretty good buy, really.
Well, get started. That's what I always say. It's kind of like buying a car. Get out there and test everything, see what's going on, get a good feel of it. And there's not a better guy to help you with your home needs than Harmon Robinson. If you go to HarmonRobinson.com, that's HarmonRobinson.com. And moms and dads, if your kids are looking to get a starter home, they're looking to get in a piece of property, you're ready to be an empty nester, you're looking to downsize, whatever the case may be. Maybe I see the big thing now is buying property in barndominiums. Harmon's got you covered. He's got all the connections for everything when it comes to putting a roof over your head. The place, HarmonRobinson.com. That's HarmonRobinson.com.
And that's HarmonRobinson, HarmonRobinson.com.
That's correct.
1 minute.
Harmon, have a big weekend. Let's get you back here in a couple of weeks and see what the market's doing. And we'll have more great information coming from you, I'm sure.
Looking forward to it.
All right, buddy. Have a blessed day, and thanks for giving us a call today.
Take care, buddy.
You bet. Take care.
That's HarmonRobinson.com. I've known Harmon for over 20 years. He doesn't have to work. He just loves helping people. That's what separates him from all the people that are just so aggressive putting things
30
together.
seconds.
He'll move at your pace. It's HarmonRobinson.com for all your real estate needs. Quick break. Don't go away. We got a whole lot more coming up here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. We'll be right back. Randy Bone Rainey.
Oh, Bone Rainey. That's my brother. Good. He tuning in, watching. You watching you?
No, it's weird is I get these quicker than you, but
some of them I don't get.
Look,
what?
See me moving my hand?
Yeah.
Now it's going to be delayed over
Well, it's
here.
always delayed.
But the names are popping up quicker on mine than yours.
Well, that's because you're on a different site. I'm not going to always get some things because you're on. You're sharing it on your personal page? You sure?
Yeah.
I'm asking. Just asking, not picking. I don't want to poke the bear.
Yes, you do.
You
always have. Why do you say that? You always do. You don't care.
Well, sometimes I don't see some of the stuff you see. I'm not sure why. Because mainly you're more connected to the Automotive Edge, I guess. I don't know why that works that way.
My beautiful sister, Melissa, is watching. Got to have dinner with her last night.
Sweet.
That lady will put a smile on anybody's face. You're having a bad day, hang out with Melissa. She'll make you happy, happy, happy.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
I need to get with Harmon up there and go have lunch with him up there at the steakhouse there in Sanger. I keep saying that, But the weather's been bad, so it gets a little better. I'm gonna give him a buzz.
What's the steakhouse in Sanger?
It's called the not prayer. God, here we go again, forgetting stuff. Can't remember now. I'll have to look it up.
Do you know where you're at?
I know where maybe. Steakhouse and Sanger. Should ask him for
Yeah, we went over and had dinner at
Parker Brothers Trail Dust.
we had dinner at 54th Street last night with.
So where's that at?
There's a couple of them. This one's over in Grapevine, Colleyville, Euless. They're off 121 in Glade, and really nice place. We had some appetizers. We had this long fried dill pickle, like a spear.
Right.
And I'm not a fried pickle kind of guy.
Right.
It was unbelievable.
Wow. It's called Steak 54?
No, it's called 54th Street.
Oh, 54th Street. Okay.
And then my wife and I, we split a grilled chicken sandwich. Unbelievable.
Is that a steak type restaurant?
They got filet mignon
The whole
to
chicken sandwiches, huh?
chicken sandwiches, quesadillas.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Have to try
They
it
had
out.
a great happy hour. I was not indulging, like $6 margaritas or something.
That's not bad.
I had some good unsweet tea. Whoever made the tea last night made good
Did
tea.
it right.
I like unsweet tea. I don't like no lemon, nothing. I like to taste the tea. That's why I like Louisiana.
That's the best.
Louisiana's
That's
got
the best tea on
Yeah.
the market for sure.
I was always a big Lipton guy.
Oh no, it blows Lipton out of the way.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but their tea just better.
It's probably Cajun. Louisiana, doesn't that
There
sound
ain't
like
nothing Cajun about you. You keep claiming that.
Oh boy, you should surprised.
I ain't had nobody from Louisiana.
And I'm gonna have him put on my tombstone just for you. He is
Died a
Cajun.
Cajun.
He got it. He's in there. But we went to Purple Haze, and I went to our buddy Danny there at the Joe's pizza place, pasta pizza place, and Justin, and had lasagna.
Uh-huh.
It's fantastic.
Oh, I love that place. Those
Oh.
guys are a hoot. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. This segment of the show brought to you by Burleson Nissan. Okay, here's what we got this month. A lot of people are looking to lower your car payment. You want to get back on track financially. Here's 3 great leases. A 2025 Nissan Sentra, $249 a month. $249 a month for a new Nissan Sentra. Nissan Altima, $299 a month. Nissan, this new Kicks is off the hook. Totally redesigned. I dig the car. $267 a month. How do you like me now? If you go to burlesonnissan.com, that's burlesonnissan.com, you'll get all the details there. See what the down payments are, all the qualifications that you need. Not a whole lot, just respectable credit. But there's a whole lot more going on. The new Armada is on the property. And I went to lunch with Justin Crane, the managing partner, general manager, the other day. And that new Armada, kudos to the team that put that together. They did an outstanding job from headlight to tail light, the interior trim. That platform team couldn't have come together better to really design a family moving land yacht. I mean, that thing is just absolutely incredible. The place, Burleson Nissan, 35 in Renfro Road. Stop in and ask for Justin Crane and let him know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show and get you some free service out of it. The place, burlesonnissan.com. Okay. I'm going to throw a little fun fact out there. What is it? 9:20. I'll wait till the bottom of the hour. I got some fun facts that are really cool.
Let's tell everybody that they've just joined us here, maybe on the Automotive Edge radio show on Talk Radio 1190 AM here in the Dallas.
Why don't you tell them?
Okay. We could do it together.
Go ahead.
Kind of.
Whatever's on your mind, Bo.
We could do an audible and lateral.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, if you just joined us here on the Automotive Edge radio show, we're here every Saturday morning from 8 to noon. So be sure and write that down. Tell some friends and neighbors that on the radio, that's where we are here in the Metroplex, the iHeartMedia Network station.
Did you ever figure out what Dak calls out when he's doing the signals now, his big thing?
Here we go. That's what he says.
Is that what he says?
Here we go.
Very good.
It's such a nonsense thing. Here we go. But we're here every Saturday morning. We talk about a lot of things, but we're an automotive show. Basically, talk about your whatever you need, parts, service, buying, selling, trading, all the good things, where to get tires, all that good stuff to help you out every Saturday morning. But then we have a live feed that is audio and video on our social media sites. First place is the Automotive Edge Facebook page, the Automotive Edge Facebook page. Then we have a sister page called Shifting Gears. We're broadcasting there too. Then on LinkedIn, and that's under Kurt Chase, the host of the show, Kurtch.
Co-host.
I mean, co-host. You're the host. You're the main guy. You've been here for 100 years.
Bo.
And then that's LinkedIn. Then you can go to YouTube and find us there by searching.
Who's got the bigger fan club?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
I don't
You're already
wanna go-
laughing.
I don't want to
You're
go
already
there.
laughing.
I don't want to go there. I'm trying to tell people where they can find us. Don't interrupt me. Go to YouTube and search the Automotive Edge radio show and subscribe, because we are helping teachers, and when we hit that $1,000 we just got involved with YouTube recently. So if we can get those subscriptions to 1,000 subscribed, then we're going to get $1,000 for the teachers. So it's helping in a lot of ways. It raises the notoriety of our show on YouTube. So anything you can do, whether you watch us there or not, or whether you watch us on Facebook or the other LinkedIn, or just listen to us on radio, even if you just do that, go to YouTube and subscribe and help us out. Okay.
There you go.
And that's all we're asking. We're not asking you to buy nothing. We're not asking you to do anything, but just help promote the show. And we do appreciate it if you do. Thank you.
The man, the myth, the legend.
That's it.
Big Wheel Bo Carver.
Thank you very much.
What more do you need than a bow in your life?
Is it time for me to go?
Yeah, whenever you want.
Well, we're having a good time. It's going to be a beautiful day here in North Texas. It's going to get up to about
nice.
60. Sun's already out. And we're at one of the best locations you could be at Freeman Toyota on the affordable side of the Metroplex. And do they have the products? That's fabulous in this showroom today.
When you see a showroom full, packed with cars
and trucks,
you know the lot's packed, and you know they want to get rid of them.
And nothing's really better than a Toyota, in my opinion.
Like I keep telling everybody, the slowest time, the best time to buy a car is January, February, March.
Right.
People always think it's the last week of the year. It used to be. It used to be that big thing where when I was running dealerships, we put the craziest ads in for December. Craziest ads. And people always ran going, oh, they got to beat the tax man. They got to beat the tax man. Well, no, we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But that was always something that we advertised or promoted or whatever the case may be. That's just not it. They want to beat the floor plan interest, meaning they want to get rid of car before the interest is due on them. Not taxes, interest.
Well, most of the year end,
which is more than taxes.
In most of the year end for dealers and manufacturers, like in May
June.
or something, June. So that they're not even on the same track as what we are as individuals.
That's when your assembly's really being turned over.
Right.
Your designs, your new products have all been released, and you're in full swing into the complete 2025 model. Almost every dealer, if not all, has all their 2024 inventory gone. I mean, I used to work for some dealers. They were ruthless. I mean, you saw, if you back up many, many years ago, if you remember, GM was always the first one to come out with the new year model. It'd be June of 2010, and they already got 2011s out.
Mm-hmm.
They were always, and sometimes even in January and February, they were always a year model ahead of everybody. Well, that kind of slowed down. Things started changing. Going, hang on a second, we're way ahead of the curve on this whole deal. Where you were getting that next year's model in, you were loaded up with the previous year's model.
It kind of hurt, didn't it?
Yeah, and so now, I mean, I work for some dealers that they gave us a deadline. They want that inventory gone. there was no gray area. My bonuses depended on it, and I had to incentivize my salespeople. I'm like, look, everybody that walks in this dealership, show them that car.
Yeah.
You know, we wanted it gone. And now, you know, with COVID coming through, the dealers are revamping how they're doing business, how they want their inventory. You know, the ideal for a dealer, the ideal situation would be 45-day supply, 45-day turn, and they'd be happy with that, meaning every 45 days it's new inventory. Very, very hard to do, really hard to accomplish based on how the production is going from the factory to the dealer, but that would be the ideal scenario.
That means they have good product, but they're turning them in time to get more new product, and they're not sitting out there so long that they got to air the tires up all the time.
Yeah, or not running out and being able to, you know, take care of the consumer each time that they come into a certain point. I mean, you're always going to have products that are not here all the time. Like, look at Toyota, their Grand Highlander, one of my top picks for 2025. Those things are being sold as fast as they come in.
Right.
So it's bigger than a Highlander, not as big as a Sequoia. It hits really its own medium point, like the Chevy Traverse. People don't realize how big that Chevy Traverse is. That's a big rig.
It is.
And so you have it where you're not having to jump into Tahoes or Suburbans. You're not having to jump into Sequoias. That Grand Highlander really has its own niche where it's bigger than most but smaller than the biggest, and people are loving it. And I get calls all the time going, I need a Grand Highlander. I'm like, go to Freeman, sit down, get your name on one coming in, and that way you don't have to worry about all the additional markup and ads and all the craziness that people are putting with their vehicles, and just really, really simplify owning it. Did she say 1 minute?
Mm-hmm.
Huh, that was quick. All right, we get back. We got a few more the top ranked vehicles for 2024 and why coming up here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show, and what going into 2025 looks different with the top ones from 2024, and what category is on fire here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. Download the iHeartMedia app, and then you can follow Bo anywhere. Quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
She packed my bags last night. Pre-flight.
I wish we could play the music on our social media sites. They get mad at us. Why? I don't understand that.
Every time I ride them.
Well,
they go, look,
we
own the copyright under,
but they
still
get nasty about it, and I don't get it, because to me, most of the songs we play are not really current music. Some of the stuff is so far back, most of the people may not even remember their names. And you would think, just thinking out loud here, I know that sometimes it gets nasty when I do, but if you're promoting something, even just a short period, you're not playing even the whole song, and people go, man, I remember that song, that's great, and then they want to go buy it or download it or whatever, doesn't that help the artist?
You would think, but if they don't get that immediate gratification, then
it's insane. I don't get it.
You're doomed.
We're not selling the song. We don't make a nickel off of it if we play it, but yet they don't want you to do it. And I just go, boy, to me, it's a similar situation to where you have such a great automobile and all of a sudden we ain't going to have it anymore.
Yeah.
Why? Where's your mindset with that? So sometimes it's those situations that just, you go, your brain just goes, what is up with that?
Yeah. Greed.
I guess, but there's more benefit in letting us play the song and people hear it, get enjoyment out of it, and may get more sales for the artist down the road.
I agree.
And it's just the way 100%. It is. We can't do it. So sorry, folks.
We have all the answers. Nobody's listening.
That's why people say, well, "How come we can't hear the music?" And I get it. I think they finally realized where we can't do that.
Yeah, they won't listen to us.
No.
Common sense.
It's
And we talking
gone.
about common
That's
sense.
boy, is that gone out the window? What do we got next coming up?
How about we talk about the great folks over at Highly Accurate?
All right, we can do that.
Yeah, nice crowd already coming in here. A lot of people.
Well, it's a
showing
pretty
up here.
day.
You know, I got here at 7:15.
Oh, you got here early.
And they were lined up to get in the service. I was blown away. I was like, my gosh.
Well, they want to get here and get it done, get it out, and go on about
Enjoy
their
the day.
business. Yeah, because it's gorgeous.
You got big plans today?
Graham's in town,
All right.
and Barbara Ann's working.
What are you going to do with Mr. Graham?
We're going to go eat someplace and
No doubt.
just hang out. Got a movie we want to watch with him.
Watch him encompass everything on the table.
Destroy it, you mean?
Yeah.
He loves to
I
eat.
think he likes my cooking.
Oh, he loves your cooking. There's no doubt about it.
I remember that one phone call I got. Hey, Mr. Chase, this is Graham. Man, I just want to say thank you. His voice made it all worthwhile going, that was good, huh?
Yeah, he just started back to school this past week.
Yeah.
Back to college. But right before that, he and his buddies went to Colorado to ski. And they made it there and back. I was a little worried about it because they took two vehicles. He was one of the drivers in one, and his buddy that graduated from high school with was in the other. And they came back alive and
no broken bones.
No problems. Thank God for that. So survived the trip driving too.
45 seconds.
Doing those kind of road trips. I don't like to drive.
Well, we took a road trip 2 or 3 years ago to New York.
I know you did.
And that was a great trip because we just drove till we got tired and we'd stay at a hotel and find a town.
I want to skip through everything, just go to the bridge.
Yeah, the bridge is fantastic. You got to go see that. That's
those pictures were boy did God create
the
a
natural
beautiful
bridge
picture.
in Virginia. That is unbelievable place. If nobody's ever been there, that is one God given.
And that's what it's called, the natural bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Stunning. But that time, you know what? If I could take a road trip with my boys, I would do that.
Yeah.
I mean, just to get on the road and drive, I got buddies that can do that all the time. I can't do it. Like Charlie being a truck driver, couldn't do it.
We'll see. Graham drove some of the time, so I didn't have to drive all the time. We switched off. And
good morning, Clint Moore. Fernando Montalban Albert. Good morning, Fernando. Happiest guy in the world. That guy doesn't have a bad day.
That's nice.
And he's always glad to see everybody.
That's great.
Yeah. God made Fernando special. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Great specials over at Highly Accurate Fort Worth. My buddy David Gomez, he's got the boot on now, not the cart riding around the dealership after breaking his foot, but he's at the dealership ready to make sure your Acura needs are taken care of. This month, 0% for 72 months on the new ZDX, or get this, you can lease that bad boy for only $339 a month. That's new Acura 2025 ZDX. But if it's TLX and MDX, the Integra, they got it. You want an A-Spec, you want a shaker for the younger people, that would be a manual transmission. The place, Highly Accurate Fort Worth. From sales back to seeing Dean in service, it doesn't get any better. Why not take time to go to Riverside and 820, see David Gomez and the staff, and start your test driving now and enjoy being able to walk into a dealership and spend time just driving and checking out one of the best sport luxury brands available. The place, Highly Accurate Fort Worth, right there at 820 and 35. Take the Riverside exit and see our buddy David Gomez. It's Highly Accurate Fort Worth. That's highlyaccuratefortworth.com. Okie dokie, Smokey.
We're rocking right along this morning on this fabulous Saturday morning here in North Texas.
So I'm going to give you the rundown of the top-selling SUVs, and here's a category that's just killing it, and that is the small SUVs. I wasn't really sure how that category was going to go because you have your CRVs, your CX-5s, your RAV4s, your Chevy Equinox.
RAV4's gotten a little bigger though, hasn't it?
Both of them have.
Yeah.
And now they've come out with even a smaller segment, and you have your top sellers that are just killing it, and that's your Mazda CX-30 coming in at $26,000 and a great price point.
Wow.
The Chevy Trax, get this, the all-new, totally redesigned Chevy Trax starting this month at Eldorado Chevrolet, $21,000. 21 grand for a
Wow.
small SUV, the Chevy Trax. The
Pretty
Hyundai
sweet.
Kona, which, one thing about Hyundai that I really like is they're building cool-looking cars. Their platform and design team has really put some oomph into, wow, what's that? Man, that's a good-looking car versus a lot of stuff that we look at and we automatically know what it is.
Right.
There's just not that much change to it. And then you have the Buick Envista starting at $23K. And it's a cool little ride. I've driven it. I like it. Classic Arlington is a place to take a look. $23,000. And these things, when they say there's really no such thing anymore as a base model, unless you're looking at a work truck. These things all have all the goodies on them at a very low price. Then you have the Honda HR-V, which is the baby to the CR-V, but not that small. It's comfortable. Even a guy my size can get in it, enjoy the ride, drive, and the handling of it, coming in at $25K. And then you have the Kia Soul and the Kia Seltos. The Soul coming in at $21K, and the Seltos coming in at $26K. So that market is booming, and I really couldn't get the ages on it. They're saying a lot of the younger people are leaning towards that. I'm really curious to get the report, probably out in February, where it really breaks it down by age and gender, who's buying these vehicles. And I don't know if it's first-time families, what the case may be, but I still don't know too many kids. I'm sure Graham never said, "Hey, Dad, my first vehicle, I want an SUV."
No.
Yeah, none of my kids did. It was later. Zach had 1, 2, I think 3 cars, and said, "Well, baby's coming. I need me an SUV." And
But then he say he wants to go back to the Malibu.
going back to a car.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I'll be curious to see. That'll be good information to find out. Now, my top picks are going to be the Grand Highlander. I love that vehicle. That is, I can't say enough about it. They really knocked that thing out of the park with its size. It's just different. The CR-V, the RAV4, and the Chevy Trax. When you take a look at the that SUV line, do really, really well. Resale, fantastic. Price point, fantastic. Cost of ownership, fantastic. And these are the things when you contact me at theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, and you go, "Hey, Kurt, what do you think about?" What I want you to do is just kind of broaden your horizons a little bit and drive more than one. Drive more than one. It's not going to, you would not believe how many people in 2024 changed from their most loyal brand. I had one guy said, "This is the only vehicle that my family owns." I'm like, "Fantastic." I said, "Hey, by the way, would you do me a favor?" And I just said this kind of jokingly. I said, "Would you mind driving a car and just reviewing it for me for the radio show?"
Just to get him out to go.
He bought it.
Well, how about that?
And you know what he said? It was about a week later. He called me. He goes, "Well, you little turkey." He goes, "I knew exactly what you did." I said, "What are you talking about?" And he could tell by my voice,
Yeah,
that I was like,
I
said, "Buddy, you just closed the blinds on everything I said. You want to? No. You want to drive that? No. Can you? No." I mean, I went, wow. And so,
not even open his eyes at all.
Yeah,
right?
and I've helped him with about, oh my gosh, more than a dozen cars for him, family, and friends.
Right.
He sends everybody to me to help him out. But I said, "Hey, I'd like you to do me a favor. Just go drive one for me just to review, because I know how hardcore you are about details and functionality and how things ride, drive, and handle."
You're trying to get him to, you really set him up.
I did. I just laid it on. I said, "Go drive this." And he did. And he called and he bought it. And now his daughter has one.
There you go.
And he goes, "Boy, aren't you something?" I said, "Well, the thing about
Now
it is,
you may never get him out of that one.
Yeah.
You have to do the same thing another time.
well, it doesn't hurt to test drive."
No. We say that every week, and people just get tunnel vision.
Yeah,
There's no reason for it. I mean, it's okay if you like a certain vehicle and you've had that for the last couple, 2 or 3 times, and you want to stick with it, and then you go test drive other vehicles, but still go back to that. I get it. I
Yeah.
mean, I get that. But if you just not, broaden your horizons to see what's there without any, it's maybe a little time consumption, but that's all it's going to be.
I had one guy that his family, his dad, true story, would take you out of the will if you drove anything other than a Ford.
We've heard those stories.
He goes, "I'm telling you, you cannot come," and he lives in Louisiana. You can't come to a family reunion. You can't. I don't want to hear that you did anything but buy a Ford if it's a truck.
Right.
And there was a bit of a problem there.
I'm not sure why somebody gets that way, but that's old school thinking.
Yeah,
And they
it
go,
is.
that's the way it is in this family. You buy anything at Ford, you're excommunicated.
Oh, no doubt about it. I'm going, "You got to be kidding me." He says, "No, that's true." All right, you ready for a little bit of
We got about a minute or two, I think.
little old Ford? No, let's go with a different trivia.
Okay.
Not even trivia. I'm going to go back in history. You remember Dick Van Dyke?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It had the Dick Van Dyke Show.
What was one of his first big movies to come out with?
That was Flubber? No, that was the other guy. What was
Oh, you pretty
I don't
chitty
remember.
bang bang, pretty
Okay.
chitty bang bang, we
Okay.
love you. That vehicle is still on the road.
No kidding. How about that?
The car named after it was first seen on the big screen in public in the 1960s. It was a movie Grandma took the kiddos to see. Ken Adams was the mastermind behind the mad inventor. Caractacus Potts came up with the vehicle, and the cult classic Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, starring Dick Van Dyke, based on the title. The imagination took to create the car that took some serious creativity. Get this, the car was powered by a 3.0-liter V6 Ford 6-cylinder V6.
Wow.
It sported a dashboard plate from a World War II British fighter plane and had a red and white cedar boat deck. It was registered as a Gen 11 plate, which was fully street legal.
Huh.
And Pierre Picton owned the car from 1970 to 2011, and he sold it. Well, he decided to put it in auction. What do you think it sold for?
$5.5 million.
Wow, you'd have bought it. $805,000.
Oh, I was a little over.
Peter Jackson.
I raised my hand a little too quick.
And the guy Peter Jackson, who I had to Google, he's the guy behind the Lord of the Ring films.
Oh, wow.
And it's in New Zealand, and he uses it for
Is that
charities and opportunities. That's it.
Right there. I wish we could
1 minute.
show this on our site. But
Oh,
there it
you
is.
pretty chitty bang bang.
This is it right there. I'll do it this way. That's the car.
Yep. And I remember that movie. High, low,
I don't
anywhere you go.
I don't
Pretty
remember.
chitty
30
bang
seconds.
bang, we
We
love
gotta-
you.
We got to go.
I remember the song. I remember that was when the movies were cool.
Yeah, of course.
I wasn't really big into musicals, but there was just something cool about Dick Van Dyke. I don't think he did anything that was not cool.
Yeah, he was good.
It was just a guy.
Yes, sir.
Let's take a quick break. 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the mastermind of the auto industry, Big
Right.
Wheel Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
I probably knew more than the previous transportation person. Just saying, I don't know much. I don't think that one did either.
Ooh,
Buttigieg,
booty check.
where's he
Nah.
at? Where's he at today?
We know where he is.
Where is he?
He's home crying.
Trying to get pregnant. Good morning, Dorothy Noon. How you doing? The cousin to the great Kurt Chase. Love you always. Both yeah, thank you. We're feeling the love from you, Dorothy. Always. We love you. And Billy Taylor says, good morning. Thank you, Billy Taylor. Great seeing you as always on here. And the great Royal Purple himself, Art Naismith, Fernando Albert. Now that is not Fernando needed to be a game host.
Yeah.
Game host.
He could have been. I'm telling you, he was the happiest guy you ever met.
I'm Fernando Albert, and we're here with the Come On Down, whatever, some kind of show.
Yeah, you got Prince Albert in the box. Yeah, let him out.
And so he's joining us. Clint Moore, who said a while ago, just a lot of great. Dorothy Noon.
And our sweet, sweet longtime friend, Miss Carol Coomer.
There you go. Everybody's hopping on. Appreciate that here on our social media sites, here on the Automotive Edge radio show.
She's the ultimate grandma.
Oh, yeah?
She with them kiddos. Everywhere she goes, she takes them kiddos. I think she got a special suitcase for her grandkids.
Well, I think Purple Haze would have that too. She
Nieces, nephews, whatever they are. She has always got them with them, loving on them and traveling, and she's leading the life.
Dorothy says, yes, a little bit cold in New York, but she's doing good. She's doing great. It's good to hear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dorothy, I heard from Nancy. She sent me a really sweet note. And hopefully we're going to be coming up north this year and hug everybody's neck. And, yeah, I think now that everything's kind of subsided, I'm welcome back in New York.
The hate's kind of left.
Well, Dorothy's always loved me.
Well,
she doesn't care who I vote for. She loves me.
Dorothy's been sweet all a long time ago.
Yep. Yeah, we chatted on the phone a couple times.
Well, it's a beautiful day here in North Texas. She says it's really cold there, but we've been cold here too.
Why don't you sing that Mr. Rogers song? You keep saying that.
I don't remember the song. What is it?
It's a beautiful.
Oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
That ain't what.
Would you be mine? Would you be mine?
You just ruined it. You took the whole mood out of it.
Well, why did you ask me then? You knew I was going to probably do that in the first place.
Well, you didn't have to, ruin the lyrics. When I was up in Pittsburgh, they have a massive statue of him.
Really?
Right there at Three Rivers.
Oh, that's cool. Obviously, he's from there, I guess. Huh?
Yep. Yeah, you can sit there and it looks like he's got his arm around you.
We got a big statue of Robert E. Lee on 45 going down towards Houston.
Yeah.
The huge one.
That's Sam Houston.
Sam Houston, right. What is it saying?
Robert E. Lee, Sam Houston, same guy.
Same guy.
They all look alike.
But this is awesome today. This place here at Freeman Toyota, they are.
I wonder who cleans Sam Houston. It's always sparkly white.
That's a good question. Should I Google that?
They come by with a lift and spray him down all the time.
Who cleans?
Maddie sounds like a drill sergeant today.
Well,
she's very
she
firm on her time.
She has to be with us.
Like I'm walking around in a haze.
I don't know. Not telling.
Two 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. If you got a question about any product, where to go, who to see, what to do, let us help you. 214-787-1190. This segment brought to you by Freeman Toyota. We are here today live right here at 820 and 183. 2025 Tundras, 2.99 for 72 months, and the showroom's loaded with them, and so is the lot. You want to save you a bunch of money. Not that doesn't even include the discounts. You're getting a phenomenal rate at 72 months, $299. We haven't seen that in 5 years, and you're getting massive discounts on the Tundras. Get this: the Tacoma Double Cab SR5, only $269 per month, and a Toyota Corolla. Get this. Lease one, $219 per month. The place, Freeman Toyota. Go to freemantoyota.com for all the details, all the lease specials, all the APRs, how you're qualified. You can do everything online. Get your car appraised. fill out your credit application, pick out your automobile. And if you've come out here and you've driven one and now you're ready to do it, you can do, 75% online. He makes it simple. The place, FreemanToyota.com. All right. So, for the handful of people, that wear me out about electrification, you beat me up all the time about it. I love you. I love you. The fact is that you're listening, which gives you the right to complain.
Yeah, it's true.
Know? And I do acknowledge the complaints. I don't accept them. I acknowledge them. Okay. Here's the things that are really booming right now, and it is the Chevy Blazer EV. Are you okay over there? What are you
Just the water
doing?
just spewed out. Kind of got wet. Got baptized over here.
Would you shake it up?
I did. I guess it was right to the top. I just
First
opened
time
it.
I've ever seen a non-carbonated
It
drink
just
explode.
spewed out. I just opened the lid and it just went everywhere.
Chevy EV Blazer, 23,000 sold. The Equinox EV, you talking about some numbers, 28,874 sold. And then you had the Honda Prologue, and when it first came out, no one was even interested. Now, 33,000 sales.
You're talking about the EVs of
The
them.
EVs.
Okay. Because I know like the Blazer has an EV and an ICE type, right?
Yep.
So what about the Equinox? Both on that too?
Yep.
You're talking just strictly EVs right now.
Just EVs.
Okay.
Then jump to the Hyundai Ioniq. 44,000 units sold. And then the big boy, what do you think the top non-Tesla selling vehicle was? Hey,
That's
buddy.
a good question. I don't know.
That
how's
would
it going?
be the Mustang Mach-E.
Oh, okay, yeah.
52,000 units.
That's been kind of
That
a
thing's
hit.
killing it.
That's been a hit.
Just
for
killing
sure.
So the people are jumping on them. They're buying more of them. Why? Because everybody's concerned about the tax credit, saving the $7,500, and that's what's moving the needle. And here's what's amazing. Everybody that I've talked to that has called me to go, hey, what do you think about it? I said, it's electric. When it comes to electric, it doesn't matter about the drivetrain. It's about the amenities and how it feels when you're driving it.
Well, let's just say this, and we've had it. I know you've driven them a lot more than I have, but I've recently had the chance to drive a really dynamite one, and that's the Kia, the 9 EV9. Was that what I had?
Yeah, the 9 and the
Yeah.
6. Yeah, you drove the 9.
I drove the 9, and let me just tell you, there's nothing better. I mean, as far as a drive.
Yeah, that thing just tickled you to death because you talked about it the whole way when I called you back going, man, that just blew me away.
That thing.
After you figured out how to start
Yeah,
it.
it took me a while to navigate it. I felt like I had to go to pilot school to figure it out. But once I got it, dialed in to the point of I could manage it and get out on the road with it and drive it, there's nothing better. There's nothing better. I'm just telling you straight up that EV was dynamite.
The acceleration, everything about it was shocking.
Unbelievable. I mean, the vehicle in itself is no doubt fabuloso.
All right, we got to take a quick break.
Oh, we do?
Got a whole lot more coming up. It's the top of the hour. Don't go away. I'm Kurt Chase with the Great One Big Wheel Bo Carver. We will be right back.
Yes, we will. And as I was saying, but it's an EV, and there's a lot to contend with that when it comes to operating it, managing it, doing all the kind of things you have to do with an EV. And for me, it just wouldn't work with the way I roll and how things where I live and places I have to go, and just doesn't. Of course, a lot of those vehicles are still pretty highly priced out of my range, but even some of the EVs that are not, it's just not what I want to deal with on a regular basis of having to, charge something overnight or only go a certain distance to have it recharged again, and the time to wait and all the things we've talked about. And most people that listen to this show know, and probably a lot of people even out there know there's issues with an EV, but as far as what they can do, how they're made, and how they go, the torque, acceleration, everything about it, pretty dynamite. But that's what you'll have to deal with if you have an EV. You've got to learn how to operate it, learn how to deal with the obstacles of that type of vehicle. So if you've got that ability to do that, then more power to you. I guess a lot of things too. Also, people are concerned about how things are going to last with the batteries, what the cost would be if they had to replace the battery, things like that. There's still a lot of questions and speculation about that. That probably kind of tests the minds of people as well. Well, thank you, Fernando. Appreciate that. Fernando Albert says it's a great show, and we do appreciate that. We try to do that every Saturday morning right here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. We do are on the actual radio. A lot of you folk are making comments right now. We're on a break from radio on 1190 AM KFXR, which is an iHeart Media Network station out of Dallas, Fort Worth. So we're in the Metroplex. We're on the airways in people's vehicles or homes or wherever they may be. They could actually download the iHeart Media app and tune into the show, the radio show version of it, by downloading the app and then searching KFXR Dallas Fort Worth. Then you can find us after you find that station. Then we'll be on at the time that the show is on from 8 to noon. Then you can tag us. So when we come on that iHeartMedia app, that'll let you know that we're on live. Do it that way. People like to listen to us on the radio, and I like to listen to us sometimes on the radio too when I get a chance, which is very seldom. But then we're our Facebook site, which we're getting the comments on. We do appreciate that. The Automotive Edge Radio Show Facebook page, Shifting Gears, which is our sister Facebook page. And then on LinkedIn, under Kurt Chase, KURTCHASE. And then we have YouTube, which has been a new addition. So YouTube is a new addition. Go there. Now, when you go to YouTube, be sure and search the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Be sure and add the radio show in there to get the right connection to the right channel for our particular connection to the show, the Automotive Edge Radio Show. And we're asking you to subscribe because when we hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll get $1,000 that it'll go to the teachers, the adopted teacher program that we have. And so if you're not a big YouTube person, it's easy to do. You don't have to buy nothing or subscribe to anything on YouTube. You can just go to youtube.com and then search the Automotive Edge Radio Show, hit subscribe, and leave. But if you can do that, that will really help us get to the place where we can add some more nice additions for the teachers, for the adopted teacher program. And that's the only one thing we're really asking you to do that. And to follow us on our feeds and listen to us. We're not asking much, are we?
No, we never ask much. We ask for little.
We ask for little.
Yep.
Tune in and enjoy the show with us. That's another thing we ask. Because your comments that you make or your phone calls, even if you're on our Facebook page, you can still call the radio show. It's 214-787-1190 and have a conversation with us. We like hearing listen to people on the phone with us too. Ask your questions, make your comments. It's really nice to get that interaction like we do on our feeds. It just adds a lot of entertainment to the show for everybody, and we do appreciate it.
Well, the thing about it is usually your question, other people get information from it.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd be surprised how many times that you ask a question, then I'll get a phone call. Hey, that question that caller asked, and there's no such thing as a dumb question. There's not. If there's something on your mind you want to know about, it can never be dumb.
And don't be fearful to call. I mean, Kurt might be ugly to you, but I won't be.
Yep.
No, we like hearing from you. We like, your comments or questions.
You just call me ugly.
I said you might be ugly to them. I didn't say you were ugly.
You think people are going to find me ugly?
You said a while ago that you could be harsh at times, that you're the meat and potato kind of guy.
I thought you were talking physically.
Oh, no. Oh,
1 minute.
I guess the question could still be answered out there
Beauty
too.
in the eye of the beholder.
That could be. That could still be a question out there too. But
I got the face only a mother could love.
Yeah, well, we know we know how you got your name.
That's right. That's right.
Y'all never heard that story before. That's a good one.
Only Kurt.
Yeah, Fernando said he posted we had a great show. And Ralph Paul seems to be kind of looking in. He ain't saying nothing yet. But
stay tuned. We're talking about you.
20 seconds.
I was at his store yesterday.
Oh, that's cool.
I did. I was there. There was a guy in there buying some stuff, and he was telling the guy, I think he said he got shot in the chest or something. It was a weird story. I just barely catch it going, man, this guy, he had story after story after story, but he loves that CBD.
Well, that's probably what it probably really helps him, because I know it does.
Yep.
We would like to take this time to say thank you for flying with us today here on the AutomotiveEdge.com Flight 101. Please extinguish all cigarettes and cigars. Place your seats in the upright position and fasten your seatbelt. Please do not try to exit through the exit door.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. So here's the deal. Forget the New Year's resolutions. You know that they're not going to last maybe 30 days. Everybody's going to get their parking place at the gym next week.
It's about that time, isn't it?
But I tell you something to put on your list to make your body better. Go to your CBD store. Write this down. Your CBD store, Keller.com. Your CBD store, Keller.com. I was over there the other day picking up some stuff. The pain cream is absolutely incredible. I fractured 2 of my vertebrae earlier in the year. And if it wasn't for that pain cream and spray, I would not have rehab near as fast. In fact, my doctor was shocked how quick I took my brace off and how quick I was healing. And I'm just telling you, from their pain creams or seltzers, you're having a hard time sleeping, they have gummies. You have a hard time focusing, they have Brain Boost. And I went and I bought 8 cans of Brain Boost, and I gave 2 4-packs to people that really needed them, and they were blown away. And you know what the first thing they say? Oh, my God, what's in it? Well, there's a QR code right there on it to tell you everything that's in it. And what's really cool about this place is how educated Ralph Paul's employees are to share with you the features and the benefits of everything that you're putting in your mouth and on your body. I'm telling you, it's absolutely fantastic. I have one of my buddies says, I've given up drinking for the year. I dropped him off a 4-pack of Island Time, and he called me up and he goes, I didn't know I could love you more. Where do you get this? And he goes, that's absolutely incredible. I'm like, it's great products. It's not about the high at your CBD store, Keller.com. It's about the health. We have this cannabinoid system that we're born with that is so good for us. And as time goes on and we start adding all of these different chemically enhanced products and all these preservatives, we start destroying our cannabinoid system. Well, there's a way to start replenishing that cannabinoid system and lead a better, healthier life. And the place, your CBD store, Keller.com. That's KELLER.com. There's a phone number on there. You can talk with all the great folks there and get educated, and they ship for free. So it doesn't matter where you're listening. If you're, we get picked up. I had a guy call me from Paris, Texas that tunes in the show. Burleson, Fort Worth, Dallas, Denton. It doesn't matter. They'll ship for free. But have the conversation. Collagens, hand creams, treats for your dogs to put your dogs in better situations with loud sounds or just hyper dogs, whatever the case may be. They are a product that cares about your health. The place, your CBD store, Keller.com. That's your CBD store, Keller.com. I use 4 products a day, every day. I put the cream on. I like the Brain Boost. I like the gummy at night, and I like the libido gummies. It's the deal. Your CBD store, Keller.com. You won't be disappointed.
And they're right now, I think they're getting ready to have a contest for a weight loss. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but I think they're getting ready for that, or maybe it's underway now.
Underway?
Is it underway?
Yeah, you can still get on board.
That's what I'm saying. Can you still get on board?
Yeah, go by there and see Ralph and the gang and get you trimmed. They got it in the gummies and in the pills, and it's a great way to lose weight.
And you're going to win money.
Yeah.
If you
you win store credit.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
500, 300,
yeah,
100
okay.
store credit.
Well, that's money.
Yeah.
Because the products are fantastic. So
that's right.
That's underway. So give them a call and ask how you can get involved in that and go do your way in and get yourself not only healthier, but to win some product too.
Yeah. Have your own contest.
There it is.
That's right.
So Justin Crane says, how about them Cowboys? Is he kidding? I laughed when he said that, but I don't know if he's serious.
Yeah, Brian Schottenheimer. You know, his dad was an okay coach. He was par.
Yeah.
Marty.
Kansas City, wasn't
he? Yeah, Kansas City and then the Chargers.
Okay.
You know, but we'll see.
We'll see.
It doesn't matter. As long as Jerry does what he's doing, he'll take Brian Schottenheimer and he'll put him in a round room and tell him to find the corner. Just like he does the other coaches.
Yeah.
You know, Jerry has to be the focus, the center of attention. He's the only coach that demands, the only owner, general manager, blah, 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 however many titles got, that he demands media attention.
They said one of the reasons.
The media doesn't go to him. He goes to the media.
Right. They said one of the reasons that they hired him is because he had a great relationship with Dak Prescott. And I'm going like, well, Dak's on his way out because he get hurt every year. He's out half the game. So
who cares
about the relationship of that?
They need to go find a quarterback.
No doubt. So, just another 10 years in the hole again. Yeah. So hang on.
Whoopty-skiddly do.
Yeah, no doubt. I almost went and bought me a Houston jersey the other day.
Oh, boy. That's really flipping the switch, huh?
I'm telling you, but she's forcing me to.
At least you're keeping it in Texas.
Yeah, exactly.
No doubt about it. Well, hey, let's keep the train turning here.
Billy asked you if you got his text. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
He sent you a text about his road? Billy, he didn't get it.
So, I was on vacation for a while.
Oh, that's right, for a couple of weeks.
And I didn't have internet out on the ocean. So
Billy, resend that.
Yeah. Send it to me on Messenger.
Yeah,
and put your phone number on there. I'll get back to you. So you know what? I did a little bit of research. I was blown away by the heaviest car built.
Is this currently that?
No,
just overall period. Whatever the heaviest car was built ever, right?
Yeah.
Car.
Wow,
you got to get back into the Cadillac days or the Oldsmobiles or
way past that.
Even before that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So get this. The Maybach 62 weighed 6,129 pounds.
Now, what year is that?
Okay. You got to go back into the 50s.
Okay.
The Bugatti Royale, 7,000 pounds.
Well, you talking about a boat.
The heaviest car ever built.
All right. Drum roll, please.
The Mercedes-Benz 770. It was built from 1930 to 1944. And the one famous person who was a real POS, Adolf Hitler, rode in it. And a lot of Nazi officials and people that, rolled with
that
Germany.
Regime, right?
10,583 pounds.
Well, it probably had armor. What do you call it? Like protective around the vehicle.
No, it was just steel, baby. They didn't have bulletproof anything back there.
Just heavy duty steel.
10,583 pounds.
Wow. That's insane.
3 miles to the gallon.
Well, when it was like a nickel a gallon, it's no big deal. Back in that
Could you
day.
imagine?
Well, 10,000 something pounds. That's one heavy vehicle, isn't it?
That's a lot of vehicle.
Crazy.
All right, so here's my topic for this segment. Everybody can chime in on this. Good morning, Jim Wagner. You know, I was blown away when I was watching the commercials. Have you seen it where you have AI in your phone and you never have to be alone again? It talks to you. It'll talk to you about whatever you want to have a conversation about.
It can be your psychologist.
Have you seen that?
I have.
I'm going, now that's nuts. I mean, you know, it may be good for people with, I guess, depression, loneliness.
I was having my conversation with my Echo last night in front of Graham, and I had him cracking up.
With your Echo.
Yeah, I was going, Echo, do you like me? Do you love me?
What did it say?
I can't respond to that or to something like that.
Really?
Yeah. At one point I said, why do you have to be so mean? I don't respond to that. I just kind of just had a conversation with it, but it's
No
kind of
emotion.
fun. But these new AI deals, they talk like back at you, like having a good conversation.
Well, you know what? I was looking at the deal with Trump, and they were talking about AI, and they had Epperson from Oracle on there. Did you hear what he said?
No.
Shocked me. I had to go back and listen to it 3 times. He said they're putting $500 billion into AI between these 3 companies.
Whoa.
He said, this is what's coming with AI. That we can extract your blood.
I saw that part. I know what you're
and
talking about.
see the moving cancers in your body.
I
It's whether
saw
it connects to grow or not.
I know. I saw that.
Build an antibody in 48 hours and put it back in your body to prevent that cancer from manifesting itself.
I like that.
48 hours, create antibodies where that cancer doesn't manifest itself.
Well,
and I listened to him, and I started doing research because my mind just,
right,
really, really travels.
Right.
And I'm going, AI can identify the cancer in your body, and once it does, print out the antibody that is going to help you.
Mm-hmm.
They can manufacture it immediately and turn around 2 days later and put it in your body.
Well, we talked about a long time ago how we felt like they had some cures for it.
Oh, they have.
But to see this, I think that's fantastic. Now, what the cost is going to be is another story. You know, I don't know what that's going to be, but
well, when you're building what do you say, $100 billion plant, I mean, someone's got to pay for it.
Right.
I mean,
but I'm saying, I mean, is it going to be in a realm? Is insurance going to cover it? Is it going to be in a place to where you can afford to do it?
Right.
I mean, those are the kind of things that we don't know what's going to happen in that category. But the fact that there's something that they're doing in order to offset these cancers, I'm all for it, because that's the one thing.
Chemo and the radiation and all the.
Just give me a break.
So a buddy called me and he goes, Kurt, how cool would it be if they had AI in your car?
Will you talk to it, you mean?
And your car can identify when you're tired, and it just starts a conversation with you and keeps you awake.
Well, that's better than a self-driving car.
Would you like that on your car?
I'd kind of be okay with that. But I'd rather that than a self-driving vehicle. I still am in control of my car, so I don't mind. If you were taking a long trip by yourself, going here to Houston or something like that, and you're by yourself, have a little chat with AI. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
214-787-1190. We're going to pick this back up when we get back. We want your thoughts. Everybody that's on the feed, would you want an AI conversation going on in your car that can identify that you're tired or you're emotional, whatever the case may be? Here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
I'm smelling popcorn.
Yeah.
Getting hungry. See, now.
For so long, you and me been finding each other for so long.
See, that's that's a great thing. I know a lot of people are afraid of a lot of AI stuff.
Well, you know what's amazing is you look at all these podcasts that talk about all the inventions that came down the pipeline, and all these people were killed or disappeared.
Yeah.
Accidents happen. The guy that designed the water car accident, he fell off the jacks. Baloney.
Yeah.
You know, it was cutting into too many people's profitability and money and margins.
Yeah, of
And
course.
then all of a sudden, this guy comes out with Oracle and goes, here's what's going to happen. And you're wondering now with, you know, so many people thinking that the world's population needs to start to be diminished and we need to get control over how many people are in the world to be able to feed them and clothe them and this, that, and the other, which is just ludicrous. What this is going to do for prolonging life.
Well, whether it prolongs life or not, it just makes it better to where people don't suffer in the way that people suffer.
Have a
under
good quality
cancer.
of life till their body just goes enough.
Right. And that cancer business has been a big headache for a lot of people for a lot of years. And it's devastating. And what people have to go through, and it's just, to me, it's good news. I hear that. JT King told me that they even have a deal now. Remember JT, right?
Yep.
That you can go and they can pull your blood and send it to someplace outside of the country, and they can tell you what you need to get rid of that, the actual therapy for that, whether it's a certain, because chemo is not just chemo. They're different setups of chemo. It's not just one chemo fits all.
Or radiation.
Yeah, it's all different. There's all different makeups of that which fights a particular type of cancer. And he said they've got that now where you can do that, and they'll send back to your oncologist saying, this is what that needs to kick it right now.
I got a buddy that sent his blood wherever.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a picture of him the other day, and I was shocked what I saw. And it came back, and he is a big guy with alkaline levels in your body.
What does that mean?
Where it controls the alkaline. So his alkaline level was really low. He raised his alkaline level, completely got off all sugars. And I'm telling you what, I didn't even recognize him. It blew me away. And he sent me a before and after of this alkaline water that he drinks now. He's cut out all of his sugars, anything with sugar or processed sugar, unless it's natural,
right?
Like in a fruit.
Right, I got you.
He's out. And I was blown away. We're the same age. Our birthdays were really close. And I couldn't be happier for him.
Where's he getting this alkaline water?
So, well, there's a bunch of different machines you can go online. So I was talking to a guy.
What, it does regular water and turns it into alkaline water? Yeah. Okay.
And so I talked to this guy, Justin, who used to be a distributor of it. And he gave me the top 2 alkaline machines. He goes, buddy, you have no idea. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, that's what got me into CrossFit. And this guy looks like, a machine. And he goes, I started drinking alkaline water, and I got rid of all the crap in my diet, other than cold beer.
There's nothing wrong with beer.
And man, when I saw him, I was like, holy cow. And he told me how many CrossFits prior to starting on the alkaline and getting rid of, he goes, all the processed sugars. He goes, cancer loves sugar.
Yes, it does.
Disease loves sugars. And sugar is what slows you down and weighs you down, allows bad things to happen. And it's amazing. And I'm not just promoting alkaline, but there was other things too. Physical activity, getting rid of all the sugars.
Right.
And I was shocked what it would do. 214-787-1190 is the number. This segment goes to Classic Buick GMC right there in Collins and I-20. Our buddy, Mr. Pearson, he is now over 2 stores. You'll find him across the street most of the time at the Classic Buick GMC. That's Jermaine Pearson, General Sales Manager. Here again, they got to get this inventory gone the first quarter. So all their Denali's, great APRs and big discounts, their pickup trucks, their full line of Buick, the Hummers. Look at the lease programs that they have going on those big Hummers to make it affordable. All electric, so you don't have to worry about the gasoline. The place, classicofarlington.com. That's classicarlington.com. Ask for our buddy Jermaine Pearson. And I got to tell you, that Denali line, that Yukon Denali, I would love to be able to afford one of them bad boys. But my pick of the year in the midsize SUV is at Classic Arlington, and that's the new Buick Enclave. when I drive vehicles and I look at vehicles and I spend time, I pick them apart. I mean, I really pick them apart. I found nothing that I didn't like about the Buick Enclave. Absolutely zero. I had one before, probably 6-7 years ago. The difference between then and now, they're unbelievable what they've done with it. Go drive one for yourself, the Buick Enclave. Then give us a call. Tell us if you agree or disagree. It's all good. The place, classicarlington.com. Okay. Let's see here. I had something else.
Well, we were talking about the heavy cars.
Talking about what?
We were talking about heavy cars just a minute ago before we left. Did you want to follow that up, or?
Nah. You know what? My heaviest car that I had was my Buick Olds Delta 88 Royale Broham.
Broham.
And I forgot what the curb weight on that was. I think 5,500 pounds. It was a big bad boy. Then you had the big Lincoln Continentals.
Oh, yeah.
Town cars, 7-foot hoods.
But not 10 grand, not 10,000 for sure.
Oh, I was talking about the AI. What people thought about having a car that could identify with you. Let's say that you're you take long trips, and by the grips of your steering wheel, by the identity in your
dozing
eyes,
maybe.
Yeah, the car picks all this up, just like it does. These self-driving vehicles are eye contact. And Justin Crane, it keeps these people from talking to themselves.
I know, that was great.
You know, Justin likes the self-driving. He's got the Escalade, and he just loves it. But if you take your eyes off the road, and I'm not sure how long that is, you know, it disconnects. You got to grab the steering wheel back. Well, the same thing with what these people are talking about, how cool it would be with AI in the car. If your eyes get a little heavy, it's like, hey, Kurt, how's it going?
Right.
Hey, Kurt, we're on. And you just start
wake up, you fool.
You start a virtual
conversation
with whatever. You can't even say a robot, or I don't even know what do you call it? A thing? That thing?
It's the new thing.
I mean, what do you call if your car starts communicating with you? What do you call that?
Well, it just depends on what it starts filling your head with. That's the danger.
Remember in the old sci-fi movies where there was like a
go run over these people.
There was like a big dome, and the dome spoke and everything. The old sci-fi movies. Yeah. I'm going, you know, what do you?
But who's controlling that? I mean, how does that work? Because I mean, what if the AI goes like, I've got a bad day today. I want you to run off the road.
It can't.
What do you mean it can't?
It can't. The way this thing is designed is for all positivity, affirmation.
But you know everything can
motivation.
Everything can get hacked. We've talked about that 100 times.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I mean, that's not the principle of it.
Oh, I know.
You know, to
it's
what do you? I just can't wrap my brain around how you would title that. You're in your car and you're driving, and all of a sudden, I'm on my way to Houston. All of a sudden, hey, Kurt, what's going on? And you're like, not much. What's happening? And you're having a conversation because your car knows you're tired.
Well, I mean,
and you know, I'm one. I've told you, I've never named my car.
How will you be naming it now?
And now, what do you do? What do you call it? Do you have a name?
Well, yeah, I guess you say, what do you want to call me? I bet you'd say, what do you want to call me?
Yeah.
I guess I'll call you, AI. Well, hey, I'm AI. How you doing?
Can you believe that's the way things are going?
Well, I know that I have the smart speaker, and I have two of them, and I have one in our bathroom that's I named it Echo, and the other one's Alexa. So in order for it to speak or to answer your question, because I've gone in there and
you say Echo.
Mm-hmm. So Echo, go to the
Echo and Alexa.
So what people can do in following this show, even if they've got one of those, they can go to their smart speaker and go, Echo, go to Talk Radio 1190. It'll go there in our show zone. That's all they got to do.
Why do you have that in your house?
Why not have it? It answers all my questions.
Wow.
It's real simple.
Good morning, Mayor, and good morning, Leroy. Thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Ed Radio
But that's
Show.
a good way for you to follow us on our show. If you have one of those, just call it by what you got it named and say, hey, go to Talk Radio 1190 Dallas, and it'll go there, and our show will be right on.
You know, I was watching these supposed to be the smartest people in the world, and they said these machines will be smarter than humans.
Did I send you the one where it had this AI that was a robot type that was out there cutting this stuff and
Yeah.
packing it? Did you see? I
Yeah.
sent that to you. Was that incredible?
Absolutely incredible.
I'm
I
just
saw the
going
guy, how
knocking it out.
They
dude.
put him in a warehouse, and he went through the workout facility. I'm going, man, it's like iRobot. All of a sudden, we're going to go sit down. They're going to go, no, you sit down.
Yeah, that's
It's
what.
going to be 100 times stronger than you. And
Well,
I'm going,
that's the fear. That's been the
Yeah.
fear for sure that, it might end up getting its mind of its own and go like, if I'm more powerful than you, I'm going to tell you what to do.
yeah, but it taking over or having the sense of communication while you're driving, is that going to be a big insurance benefit? You think the insurance companies are going to go along going, oh, wow, you got AI, we're going to give you a deduction. We have the car talking to you.
Art
And
Naismith,
helping you out.
Art Naismith says cell phones are already smarter than most humans. So why not that? And Charlie Davis says, he's laughing, saying having a conversation with a computer would be the last thing I'd want to talk to. One should know their driving limits and just pull over and get some rest. Yeah. But, there is some, we talked a lot last week about self-driving vehicles, but I think this has some merit.
Well, if you think about it, and then good morning, CC. Thanks for joining
Yeah.
us. Is that if you put in, it does talk to you about your location and how to get there. And
Yeah, we already do that every day.
um,
A lot of everybody Googles where they're going now. Like,
I saw that guy. He's driving down with his daughter, and she's shooting little balls, and he says, "Google, add basketball to the list." I'm like,
right, exactly.
holy cow!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that commercial. a few
Is all
times.
this really needed?
Well, I think I know that.
Do you really think it simplifies your life, or are you just becoming more reliable on
Well, I can tell you
putting
one.
all your eggs in one basket of technology?
Well, I can tell you one thing. When you're going someplace you don't know where to go, it's a lot easier to say, Google, on my phone.
Baloney, you didn't have that when you were driving limousine.
I
Did you have
know.
a hard time getting around the limo?
Well, it took a little while to get it dialed in. I had to, search it and go to the maps and figure it out. I got
Did you ever
there.
get lost?
Well, a couple times I could probably get lost if I took because you have to know
Have you
what.
ever got lost using
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
It's gotten lost there too, but it's gotten more advanced now to where I think you're less likely to get lost. And I mean, when I came here today, it had that big bad construction on 820, and it was telling me some alternate ways to go.
I think it's going to be where we have these glasses where we don't have to say anything. We're just communicating through looking at each other.
They got that already.
How stupid. 214
So we all walking around with these big visors on our head. And they can see you how you want to be seen. Like, you want to be good looking? Yeah, I'll just make you good looking.
Yeah, what do they call those?
They call those.
Where you make images of yourself?
Yeah.
Wow. There's already enough of that where they show up on those dates and they don't look anything like their picture.
I know.
214-787-1190. Let's take a quick break. I'm Kurt Chase with the man, the myth, the legend, Big Will Bo Carver. We'll be right back. Yeah, it's amazing how, they have all these privacy laws and everything, but once you type something in your phone, all those ads follow.
Well, that's you, and this is the crazy thing, is that if I go to my phone and I Google something, and then I go to Facebook, I see an ad about it. That's how that all, I don't know what they call it, algorithms or something like that, how that works. But
do you remember that movie with Tom Cruise where he could drop the ball and it rolled around and you could see the crime before it was committed?
I didn't see the movie, but I knew about that movie.
Man, that was wild. And I think about it now that
maybe it's right around the corner, huh?
Wow.
Well, like anything else, like everything else, there's good and the bad. Always the negative people always have to grab the bad and make something bad. And there'll be something bad happens from anything and everything that's created. You know that. We've experienced it. And it's too bad. It's too bad that something good couldn't always just stay good instead of getting in the hands of the bad. But it always happens, and no telling what will happen with some of this AI stuff. Their intentions are good. The cancer research of all that, what that can do, I think is unbelievable.
Well, it's just going to be relying on that. And then when things go wrong, boy, that is going to be one in death blame game.
No doubt. It's going to get harder and harder to figure out, and these judges to figure out who to blame or who to who do I make guilty? I mean, it's so good.
Could you imagine Judge Gregory sitting there and all of a sudden a robot walks into court?
What are you doing here? I'm here because I was driving the car. Well, you get 90 days in jail. I don't care. I'm in jail anyway.
I mean, think about it. That's just
it's crazy. I know.
Crazy when you look at, well, you think these people, there's a blizzard outside. Holy cow, they're bundled up like there's a snowstorm coming.
Germs flying everywhere. I thought that we didn't have to do that anymore.
I still see him wearing a mask driving around. Darndest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Clint Moore says, yep, what you're talking about, Bo, is unintended consequences. That's a good way to put it right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We just live in an age that's gotten away from us, I think.
Well, the thing about it is there's less communication, less true understanding. People aren't speaking to each other hardly at all. Let me just tell you something. We're on a cruise. We just got back. First cruise I ever took.
Right.
And we have assigned tables for dinner.
Right.
And these guys were sitting at our table. And I said, hey, this is our table. He said, no, it's not. But the group, Will's friends, had all three tables. We're like, okay, I'm not going to make a big stink about it. I'll just go sit down. Well, this couple sat in front of us. Hey, how are y'all? And everybody knew each other. We were like new to the group. And found out that the young man sitting across from me went to high school with my son.
Right.
And his wife, I'm looking for someone to redo my website. That's what she does for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no cell phones at the table. And everybody's having a conversation. And found out, guess what? They live 15 minutes away.
And that too.
I'm going, isn't it amazing when we don't I don't allow a cell phone to the table. If you're at my dinner table and you break out a cell phone, I'm going to call you out one time. Second, I'm going to ask you to leave the table. And I don't play. I don't. That's why I love that restaurant in Fort Worth where you're not allowed to have a cell phone at your table. They're going to throw you out of the restaurant. Phenomenal. I'm so tired of walking around. Last night I saw a half a dozen kids leaving with a headset on and an iPad in front of them.
Yep.
Shame on the moms and dads that put a headset and stick a screen in front of their kids in a restaurant so they can have a conversation.
Yeah.
What the heck? Talk to your kids. Communicate. That's why I'm not an AI guy.
Well, it's out there.
Yep.
It's out there for sure.
El Dorado.
All right.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Hour and a half to go here with you, helping you with all your automotive needs. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop, we are here to help. Best way, go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, leave me your name and number, and I'll call you right after the show, and we'll make sure your automotive needs are taken care of. And like we've been talking about, we will be talking about, we need 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. The Automotive Edge Radio Show YouTube channel. Go there and subscribe. Get everybody to subscribe. We hit 1,000. We get $1,000 for our Adopt a Teacher program. Real simple. It takes seconds. As fast as some of you folks are tapping on that phone to do a text message, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let people know, subscribe, because it costs you nothing, a few seconds, and the teachers benefit. And every time we hit 1,000, more money comes in for our teachers. What a deal. YouTube channel, the Automotive Edge Radio Show. and subscribe. This segment brought to you by Eldorado Chevrolet, 8-time Chevy of the Dealer of the Year. Soon to be announced 9 times in a row Chevy Dealer of the Year. Some people can brag we have the most inventory and we got a bazillion trucks and we have 5,000. You know what? I'm going to go with the best. One that's going to allow me to test drive, no hassle, and leave. Give me upfront pricing even if I'm not ready to buy. Talk to me about interest rates. Talk to me about accessories. Show me why my trade was evaluated the way it was. All the things that you stress about, never find out about. Really
all the things you want when you walk into what the thing that you would like to ask Santa Claus what I want when I walk into a dealership.
That's right.
That's what you get.
That's a great one, Bo.
Hey, sometimes I come up with something.
Man.
I did it right before the show, too.
Unbelievable. The place, Eldorado Chevrolet, 380 and 75. Stop in and see our buddy Rusty McDonald on the sales desk, helping you with your Chevy needs. $8,000 off of pickup trucks, $8,000 off of Tahoes and Suburbans. Unbelievable lease programs and APRs on all their EVs. And they have some of the top EV selling products in the world. The new Chevy Silverado EV is available on the lot. And my all-time favorite sports car, there's 4 of them on the showroom floor, the Corvettes, from the LT1 to the LT3s. The place, Eldorado Chevrolet. There's not a better place to get your Chevrolet. Together, let's drive in a new Chevrolet from Eldorado Chevrolet in McKinney. This is fixing to be 10 years we've been with these folks, and there's a reason why. It's the way they take care of you, the customer. I can't stress that enough. Tire kickers are welcome because Jason Long says, what, Big Wheels?
Pressure makes diamonds, but not happy customers.
There you go. The place, EldoradoChevy.com. That's EldoradoChevy.com. All right. A little more trivia before we move on. The most expensive car sold in 2024. This is unbelievable.
Wow.
Now, we're going to start with number 10.
Okay.
$6,174,000.
And that's number 10?
That's number 10.
Now, is this based on a new car or just any car?
Any car in the world.
Okay, so it could be a redone classic or whatever.
As a 1969 Ford GT40. $6 million.
Wow.
Now we're going to jump up to number 3.
Okay.
1938 Alfa Romeo. HC Lungo. $14 million.
Beautiful.
It gets better. Number 2, a 1960 Ferrari 250 GT California Spider. $17 million.
Now, for get number 1. Now, what makes these cars valued that much? Is it
the amount that were built?
Like, so it's a real specialty item, but also in tip-top shape.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I get it.
Number 1, another Ferrari, 1963 250 GT Spider, sold in 2024, $17,875,000 to the winning bidder. Absolutely incredible.
So what do they do with these vehicles? Just store them?
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody ever drive them?
I'm sure they do. I mean,
how would you like to drive it out on here on 820?
You know what?
All this construction. What do you know? I'm driving a $17 million car with potholes and construction.
You know, I've driven cars worth millions, and they don't flip my switch. I'm not that guy that would go and go to the big auctions out, the Long Beach auction that they have, where they have, the Excaliburs. I mean, you see the creme de la creme of cars, where you see these kind of vehicles. The old Jaguars, I don't like the way they drive. I don't like the way they feel. You have to be, 5'8", 5'9", and extremely wealthy to, get in these cars and enjoy them, especially your old, the old Ford GT40s, the Ferraris. They're compact cars. They're not for us big guys. And so going to all of these, I've driven in a Model T, which was cool. I've driven in a Belvedere. I've driven in so many old cool cars.
Right.
I really, really have. And for me, because everybody has likes and dislikes, I'm an old modern muscle guy and an old big car guy because it
Not a flamboyant
no.
situation. It's about muscle and gut and torque and
Yeah.
speed.
I never cared about the cars that drew all the attention.
Like you wouldn't be a big Bentley type of guy, would you?
No, wouldn't care. Now I've driven a Bentley. I've driven a Rolls Royce. Squished myself into a McLaren. Unbelievable. I mean, that Bentley, I got to tell you.
Well, it's to catch me out.
I had a gangster lean going down Lemon Avenue like nobody else. But it's not my
right.
my deal.
That's what I'm saying.
If somebody gave me a Bentley,
you'd sell it and buy something else. First of all, you'd buy that big truck and then another Corvette.
Yeah. I have a couple for that.
Yeah.
It's just not my deal. And when I get into some of these cars, like I've been into the Sandpack Museum, one of the most spectacular museums in the world for cars. It's in Carrollton.
Okay.
I go through there and I am wowed by all of the old school stuff. Everything else is not my deal. It's cool to see this kind of stuff. I saw in his collection, he's got Lucille Ball's convertible.
Wow.
He's got one of the Eleanors from the movie. He's got the Shagadelic Jaguar. This stuff is really cool to look at, but to actually drive it, a lot of this stuff doesn't drive well.
Right, of course.
And it's all about the name, the prestige, how many were built, what number. Because they call, the California Ferrari, they call it the poor man's Ferrari, and they dropped California off of for a long, long time. But, you back up to when they were building very, very few Ferraris, and Pino Ferrari's name was on, millions of dollars.
All right.
But I've driven Ferraris, and I'm trying to think the Ferrari that Magnum PI drove. That was the only one I could actually fit in and drive. I don't remember the model number, but a buddy of mine let me drive it for a day. It was really, really cool. I like the old 928 Porsches. They called it the Egg because there was room in it to drive.
Right.
Was the only really sports car. But put me in a Chevelle, put me in a Trans Am, put me in a 5.0 Pocket Rocket, 96 Mustang LX.
Mm-hmm.
That's my world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. But kudo, buddy. You got almost 18 million to dump on a car.
There it is.
I hope you're driving it. And that'd be me. If I own cars like this, it would not be for show. It'd be for go.
I just think it's ridiculous to spend that kind of money on anything like that if you're not helping society.
Yeah.
That's me.
I got
you. There's nothing wrong with having nice stuff and spending money for good things. But when you get into that realm and see the money that people spend on art and it's a bunch of scribble and you go, what? That was $10 million?
Well, for me, I like to buy
My
cars.
grandkid did that the other day that looked better than that,
I like cars that I can keep a long time.
Yeah, of course.
214-787-1190. Quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Art says the Ferrari G80 GT was Magnum's Ferrari. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Art. Naismith, our raw purple brother there in Lufkin, Texas, always keeping us on track. And somebody named Melinda Chase is watching.
You know what? It's nice to have a wife that just gets prettier.
Mm-hmm. Sweeter.
Ooh, doggy.
And then what she has to put up with. It's pretty special.
We were at a restaurant last night, and she was walking back, and all these guys were all staring at her. And she sat down, then they looked at me and started laughing. I just held my head high. Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, they're laughing, but you're smiling. It don't matter, does it?
You wouldn't believe how many people tell my wife she looks like Jacqueline Kennedy.
I can see that. I do.
And then we're on every country that we went to, they were calling her Miss America.
Well,
She had on this red, white, and blue dress. Oh, Miss America.
That's good. That's good.
Yep. They were hoping the guy behind her would spend all the money.
Graham he looks like Keanu Reeves all the time. And he also looks,
I can see that.
with Josh Allen letting his hair grow and beard, because that's what Graham has right now. They look a lot alike. I don't know if I have a current picture of Graham that has that, but man, they look a lot alike.
I can see that. He still got the long hair.
And Josh Allen's got the long hair now too. And they just look so much alike. I was shocked. And then Keanu Reeves. In fact, Melinda made a comment about Graham looking like Keanu Reeves. Remember when he came to the house one day and was doing the show with us?
I probably have a sleep. Don't remember it. But he does.
Hair like that.
Well, that's a good pick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's he gets a lot of that. But that's cool. She deserves that.
Yep.
She says, I'm working while listening to you boys. Well, thank you, Melinda. We appreciate that. I know we have a lot of listeners that don't comment or say or call, and we do appreciate y'all too. We don't want to not give you kudos too, because I do know a lot of people. I run into a lot of people when I'm out and about, and they tell me, hey, I really enjoy the show. And I never see them on any social site or call in or nothing like that. So we appreciate that.
Yep.
We had that gentleman call one day here about a week or so ago that just called in to say how much he really enjoyed the show, and it was the first time he'd ever called. We get that. It's nice.
They just assumed Kurt was a billionaire. Yeah.
He is. All right. Don't let him kill you. Kid you. He got the change.
Yeah. Hold that thought.
Yeah.
Hold the door.
Hold the dough.
Boy, it's so nice. This Texas weather is just hilarious, isn't it? Go from a deep freeze down in the teens to 65 and sunshine. And
I just hate that kind of winter. Now, like this, I don't care. Like a beautiful day, 60, 70. Then you get down to maybe
30 seconds.
40 at night. It's just the below freezing I don't like it when the water has to freeze and you got to worry about that. And then if it snows, then people can't go anywhere. They can't do anything, close schools. You don't have that in the spring and fall, summer.
And here we are in Honduras, and you guys are getting pounded with snow. And
was it 80 degrees?
And then, boy, the heavens opened up. It rained.
Really?
We took four-wheelers up to the mountains of Honduras, and they said it's never rained that hard. And it was muddy, rocks everywhere, big tree roots, and pouring down rain.
Wow.
And you had to ride that four-wheeler. Melinda was a trooper. She'd never been on a four-wheeler.
Was it cold or just wet?
Oh, just wet.
I got you.
Yeah. 80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the rain, the sun was shining through the rain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was something.
That's pretty cool.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. This segment of the show is brought to you by Norm Reeves Honda Superstore.
AI Star.
Let's try that again. Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills. And here's what they got cooking out there. They're back in the lease business, and a lot of people got out because the average down payment, get this, last year, to get a payment under $400 was over $7,000.
Well, a lot of them was at least 4 or 5.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Now, over at Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills, lease HRV only $275 a month. A Honda Civic Sedan Sport, $279 a month. And a Honda Hybrid Sport, which everybody is going after, $289 a month. And there's a whole lot more. They have a packed lot of, over 400 cars and more coming. The place, Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills, right there at 820 and 26, right down the highway. If there's a Honda, go no further than Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills. My family have been Honda owners forever and ever and ever, and yours can too. And I got to tell you, if you have that family and that up and coming family, put your man card up and drive the new Honda Odyssey. That is incredible. Once you get in it, you don't realize that you're in a minivan. I don't even know why they call them minivans anymore. I mean, it just ought to just go by the name, a Honda Odyssey, because everything in there is cool. We take one every year that we'd go down the coast. We would take nothing but the Odyssey for the ride, the comfort, the handling, and the storage, because we'd bring a lot of food and do our own cooking, rent a house, and that thing did everything we needed it to do. The place, Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills, 820 and 26. Online all the time at normreeveshondanrh.com. That's Norm Reeves Honda, NRH.com. Okay, here we go here. I am believing with the new prices of new cars, the average new car paid in December, get this, $49,740. That is a lot. That's a lot. Average. Now, you got to realize that when you see all these numbers, that the exotic cars, your high-end luxury cars, those numbers went through the roof. They had such a big uptick once Trump was elected. Money started getting spent. I was talking to my buddies that were selling the luxury brands, anywhere from 50 to 75% down or cash on plus $110,000 vehicles. And when they haven't seen that in 4 years, 5 years, where people are walking in and going, I got a breath of fresh air. I can take a deep breath. Bam, I'm buying a luxury car.
Here's one area where I know that people were making money is because the interest was so high. If you had money to invest just in a savings that was paying really high interest, you were making some really good money. I know that about my brother. And I couldn't believe what he was telling me, how much a month he was making, just that money setting in there.
Oh, yeah.
And so because of the interest was so high, the people that had money were making good money for money just sitting there without even gambling anything, not even investing, just letting it set. So that's why I get a little bit confused when I know that the Democrats are supposed to be for the minor people or the underprivileged people, but yet a lot of times the interest is so high it affects it's better for the rich, and then it just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep, 100%.
And so it does. I don't get how that correlates to helping the poor, and they complain about taxing the rich and taxing the rich, but they just set them up even better when the rates are high.
Well, the thing about it is, we hear all this that Trump's coming in, he's only helping the rich people.
That's what I'm kind of getting at. That's not true.
Let me tell you, if they're not spending money, you would believe how many things can go out of business so quickly.
Right.
A buddy of mine, when I was in Florida, he was telling me, you know how many people it takes to build a yacht?
Probably.
You know how many bills to build these?
Yeah.
When you're building all of these exotic homes, it's the wealth that makes the world go round.
Exactly.
When the people with all the money are spending, it's incredible how it changes the total dynamic.
Yes, definitely.
Of the world. And they say, well, if you say, okay, hang on a second, we're going to slam you with higher taxes, guess what? They're going to pull back.
Yeah.
They stimulate the market. When you hear all these idiots like Schumer and Pelosi and Bernie, I don't know if he's even awake anymore.
He's out. He's left.
Talking all the trash that they're talking. They only do it for their agenda, not that it makes sense.
Correct.
Which all of a sudden nobody's hiring because the wealthy aren't spending money.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that start deciding on what's going on in the stock market.
30 seconds.
Puts people in a panic or makes them happy. So stop with, what? Go Google the head of Berkshire Hathaway and listen to what honestly his company paid in taxes last year. It will tell you that they're all lying.
Mm-hmm.
It'll tell you every bit that they're lying when you listen to how many billions he paid in taxes last year. And then you'll start hearing the truth about what's actually going on in the world. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Well, that's just smoke and mirrors, and I really hope. I think this past election woke up a lot of people with that. I mean, I think people are maybe actually getting their minds right to really investigate instead of just listen to a bunch of hoopla and, you know, let me throw something out here and see if you like it. You
Yep.
know, just
What do you say? Throw it against the wall and
see if it
it'll
sticks.
stick.
Yeah, and they do a lot of that, and I don't like it, but it's what happens, and it puts people in a position to where they think that's going to happen, but when it doesn't, they reboot it again. Well, how the same old things over and over. Well, we're going to tax the rich, and we're going to tax the rich, and it never works. We're going to go after the rich. We're going to go after the rich to pay their price. You do that.
It's only used for campaigns.
It's
It's
all
not
it
factual.
is. No, it doesn't work. Be back.
Let's just scare everybody and make them mad. Quit spanking the kids, Bo. You hear them crying. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. Be sure, once again, I don't want to continue to, just beat a drum, but get everybody to subscribe at the Automotive Edge YouTube page. More subscriber, the more money we have for our teachers. And believe me, I have lists and lists and lists, and we're filling them as fast as we can to make sure these teachers have everything that they need to get through the rest of the school year. We loaded them up going into the new year, and now they're back, and they're needing a whole bunch more supplies just to keep things going each and every day. So be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and when you do, we get to 1,000, we get 1,000, and that takes care of a lot. The last $1,000 that we got in took care of 44 teachers, and we got everything delivered. And you just wouldn't believe the look on a teacher's face when they fill out a list, thinking the chances are slim to none they're going to get the money or get the supplies, and it shows up. And we get a lot of the pictures sent to us, all the kids just elated when they walk in and they look on their desk and they see everything that they need to make the classroom go round. So anyway, tell your friends, your family, just go subscribe real quick. Just let's get the numbers up and get some money. Get some money for the teachers. Big part of what this show is all about is helping you, so in turn we can help others and make the world go round in a better place. Well, you made quite the mess over there with a bottle of water. I don't get it. I'm afraid to open up mine.
I baptized my area. It's so full. I don't know how they get them so full. I just twisted the top and it just went everywhere.
So where are you taking the boy to eat today? It's got to be a buffet.
I don't know. I don't know what he wants.
I forgot what it was that I sent you home with last time, and he ate both containers.
I don't remember what that was.
I don't remember what it was, but boy, he just went to town.
I know. He leveled it out.
That's right.
But your boys like to eat too.
They do.
Oh.
There's no doubt about it. I cooked up 2 big old tenderloins, and
gone in a second.
Let me just tell you, it's their whole deal though is they always want my chicken parmesan.
That's a good. I think might have been one of the ones you sent.
In fact, I did chicken parmesan for a family for their Christmas dinner.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I'm going. I've got that thing down, and my neighbor, the mayor, he's like, "How do you make it so tender?" I'm like, "It's just the way it works."
Secret.
Yeah,
it's a Kurt secret.
Let me tell you, if I told you, I got to kill you.
So how's Todd doing? Is he just? What about the sweatshirts? Still working on those?
Yeah, he's doing real good. Just got all my stuff in. In fact,
somebody wants
he's
one.
no longer a teenager. It was his birthday.
I saw that. I made comments about that.
Yeah, and so I There he is.
Look at that. You got the long hair too,
Long
just
hair.
like Graham. It's the thing. It's all right.
That's a boy right there that I will tell you that adores his mother,
Of course.
calls his mother every day, and loves her. And
Treats her like right.
him and his beautiful girlfriend Liliana, we met them over at a restaurant, and got all their stuff and all of his birthday stuff. And I think birthdays are as important as the holidays.
Well, yours is coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah.
And so's my brother's. He's on the 19th and you're on the 18th.
Yeah, I took two of my brothers out for a steak dinner for their birthday. We went our first vacation in many years. My wife and I, we took our very first cruise. And I took my oldest brother. We have triplets for 8 days because the twins were born January 3rd. And then my other brother was born Christmas Day.
Wow.
So for 8 days, we have triplets.
All right.
And so I invited all of them, but two of them showed up and got a free steak dinner, and it worked out. Had a real good time. But I think you always celebrate those birthdays. You know, birthdays are, I think, as important as anything.
I just want to remind everybody that so this doesn't get away from us, that Kurt Chase owes me a 407 barbecue dinner because of the side little wager we had.
What was it?
It was that I took.
Are you ready for the show?
I took Ohio State and you took Notre Dame.
Yep.
Straight up.
Yep. That was ugly. It looked good the first drive.
That was it.
Ooh. Hey, thanks so much for joining this segment, brought to you by Classic Kia Carrollton. I was just over there the other day, and they are rocking the house. Get this. Lease programs are back. So for people that don't want to spend the money and you want to get your Christmas bills paid off, you want a lower payment this year, here's the place. 2025 Kia Sportage, $259 a month. Kia K4, the new K4 is out. EX, not the base model, the EX, $229 a month. Kia K5 LXS, they're top of the line, $289 a month. And they also have interest rates that have jumped from the 6 and 7s to 1.9%. And there's a whole lot more. Jesse Hull and his family owned and operated by. It doesn't get any better when it comes to a Kia. They don't say, hey, we got the most inventory and we're the highest volume. They just want to be the best with each and every customer that comes through. They know not everybody that's showing up is ready to buy. So what do? They treat you as a shopper. There's a good way to treat shoppers, let me tell you.
If they met Jesse Hull, that would be the end of it. They'd know that that's it.
Yep.
Just that personality and the person he is, that nails it and covers everything right there you're talking about.
That's right. And he needs to sell some cars because he's marrying off all of his kiddos.
Yeah, he's going through them like water.
That's right. The place, ClassicKiaCarrollton.com. That's ClassicKiaCarrollton.com. Stop in to meet Jesse. Let him know you're listening to the Automotive Edge Radio Show and enjoy your Kia experience at ClassicKiaCarrollton.com.
So Todd Gentman has a question.
Yep.
He says, where can people donate direct to Adopt a Teacher program? And we need to set up something at our event to collect donations. So these two different questions there. So he wants to know how to do it, and then he wants to set something up for the show.
You know what? You can contact me through the website, theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt and say, how can I donate? Because what we do is we have the check made out to the Automotive Edge / Adopt a Teacher. We don't do the online stuff because they take the money.
Yeah.
They take a percentage, and I won't do it. And I can give you an address to mail the check if you want to, or how to do I try not to do the Venmo or any of that, because what we want to do is we want to keep the slate clean. Every penny that comes in.
But all that's free, like Zelle.
Goes right back out.
But Zelle didn't charge anything.
Yeah, but it goes into my personal account. So I wind up moving everything over.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, but if it's a check, but, you know, we're trying to work through that, because I get a lot of people that call and go, hey, how can I donate? Can you do it online? And they always take a chunk of it. We want 100% to go to the teacher, because I pick up the expense of the delivery. I pick up the expense of the gasoline. the shopping. We do all of that in-house to where not one penny is wasted. In fact, my CPA told me the last couple of years I need to quit because I'm off budget and I'm paying taxes on money that exceeding my corporate donations.
Well,
but
there you go.
we love the teachers.
All right.
So anyway, yeah, we'll set something up at the car show if people would like to help. Great idea there, Ty Gentman. I love that man. He's gold.
Fantastic. And speaking of Ty Gentman, the car show is going to be April the 12th at Keller Town Center. And if you have never been to a Connors car show, you have not been to a car show. That's all I got to say. I mean, that nails it right on the head that this year we're praying that the weather will be good. Last year was a little issue there and kind of had to postpone it and do something different. But that was kind of the first time ever, wasn't it? They did
first
that?
Time I remember.
Right. But hopefully we'll have a good April 12th with a good day, a good weather day, because we've had some of those out there for sure.
Yep.
And there's no reason not to have it on that day. So mark your calendar down. That's Keller Town Center.
Yeah, Mother Nature has a different plan for Texas.
that era of time, you just don't know what you're going to get. I mean,
April showers bring May flowers.
It could be cold. It could be beautiful, or it could
cold
be
is
warm.
okay.
It's too cold,
Except
then
for you.
it's rough.
Yeah.
Well, especially if it's wind. Actually, the cold is not so bad. It's just if it gets breeze with it, then that's really too chilly. But April 12th, mark your calendar. And if you have a classic car that you'd like to show, but he's doing cycles now. It's a bunch of different things he's got going this
Cars
year.
and motorcycles.
Cars and motorcycles. So be sure and if you've
put
got
that on your calendar. April what?
12th.
That's right.
11 to 4.
Go to ConnorsCarshow.com.
Yeah, that's what you get all the
Best way.
information.
And you can register your car and get all the details.
Correct. Exactly.
Good morning to my beautiful sister, Carol Ann, and she is with my beautiful niece and out there celebrating her birthday with her Aunt Carol.
Sweet.
Her and her daughter Fallon. Yep. So, hey, I wanted to dispel a myth. So I got with all these mechanics and one guy, I talked about it many, many months ago, and I just threw it out there. And he literally sent me a message that says, Kurt, you're full of crap. I said, okay.
Well, you hear that from me quite a bit, don't you?
In cold temperatures, do you need to let the newer model cars warm up? True or false?
No.
Why?
Well, because I'm just saying they're so technically advanced, you don't have to have a warm up a car to go. Just get in and go.
That's right, because they're fuel injected.
Okay.
Here's the deal. In cold temperatures, carburetors couldn't vaporize all the gasoline they let into the engine. So some of it would be left behind as a liquid rather than being burned off during the combustion. If drivers did not warm up the cars, they risked them stalling. Okay, what was the first part I talked about? Carburetors.
Right.
Okay.
When's the last vehicle that had a carburetor?
Oh, golly, 80s.
That far back? It's when they started going to fuel injection?
Yeah, EFIs.
Well, it's been a
Most cars in Southern America have an electric fuel injection system, EFI, instead of a carburetor. That part helps maintain the required air-fuel mixture regardless of the temperature. Okay?
Okay.
Get this. Idling your engine could damage your engine's pistons, decrease your car's fuel efficiency, and hurt the environment. Got it?
Yes.
So is Kurt full of crap?
Well, yeah, that part's true still, too. But
I don't know why I threw that out there.
The
phone lines are going to blow up now. Yeah, Kurt, you're full of crap.
But, people get locked into ways things used to be.
Well, it's like the guys with the diesel trucks. They think running them, they're saving fuel. And I'm
Right.
like, that is such a wise stuff. I've talked to the top diesel mechanic, and they're going, that's just a choice.
Right. Yeah.
It's just a choice. These new systems, turn it off and turn it on.
I mean, there's just a lot of things out there that people rely on from a long time ago that they've carried it like a Bible into the new era, new times. And it's just a lot of that's just not right.
Yeah.
I mean, like when they say you lose 30% as soon as you drive that new car right off the parking lot.
Old ways, old days.
It's the old Bible, baby. That's it. That's Old Testament.
That's right. So there you go. You do not need to now letting your car warm up to where you're comfortable.
Right.
fine, but it's no
Nothing.
benefit to the motor.
Right.
None. It's a benefit to you physically, but mechanically there is no benefit.
So there's a lot of vehicles that have self-starting, or you can self-start it from in your house or whatever. Not self-starting, but you can
Auto start.
Auto start. So a lot of people, and Barbie Ann loves that feature. And she doesn't have it on her car, but she loves that feature because we've had it. We got it on the Expedition. And clicking it in from the house and get that thing warmed up. There's nothing better.
Well, my truck, it has a monitor on when it's so cold, it automatically turns on my heated seats and heated steering wheel on my truck
Without doing anything?
without doing anything.
That's bizarre.
Pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Nothing better. You know, that's the new.
Yeah, if it's freezing, it's when I turn it on.
Your seats are already
Yeah,
good.
and let me tell you, that's a base model pickup truck. Doesn't have all the.
Freely
It's just
for others.
standard.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of stuff that's out there now.
Yeah.
And how great is that, right?
Oh, I'm telling you, it's nice. Bun warmers. You know what they call them?
Todd Jimmins says, do not let new diesels set idling for too long. It plugs up the DEF filters.
That is correct.
Thank you,
You know,
Todd, for that.
but I saw a guy. You know, he had this big, beautiful 3/4 ton diesel, and it had the nicest wheels on I've ever seen. I'm standing there looking at it. He goes, "How you doing?" I was really goes, "Buddy, this is the baddest wheels I've ever seen on a truck." And we get to talk, and he goes, "What do you do for a living?" And I said, "I have a radio show." And he goes, "I was fixing to say, I thought, you know," which he's never tuned in. We're out of town,
Right.
but
Just
anyway,
the
we got
voice.
talking. I said, "Hey, let me ask you a question out of curiosity. Why do you let this truck idle?" Well, my dad always told me.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
And I went, "Wow." He goes, "Do you agree with that?" I said, "Absolutely not." I said, "But I got to tell you what, this is my most favorite truck in the world. I've been in the auto industry 37 years, and here's the deal: you can turn this puppy off."
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he goes, "I'm going to run that by my dad." He was a
Uh-oh.
younger guy, and I was like, "You know, it's there's so many things that have changed that we still live by."
Yeah, and what happens, it gets filtered down to their sons and their grandkids, and that's instead of them really searching out like what we call the truth, like in a lot of things from our government and everywhere else, we just take what that's told to us, we run with it, we live by it, and in the long run could be hurting it.
You know, it's we saw a comedian on the cruise ship, and you remember Mercure Comb?
Yeah, of course. I had got applied
1
to me
minute.
a
Had
bunch
that
of
really
times.
hard plastic
Oh,
stick
yeah.
to put it on with. You know, it's amazing when you got messed up or whatever, you dusted it off, sometimes rinsed it with a water hose, maybe not. Put some Mercure Cone on it, and you're off and running. Burn like no tomorrow.
did,
Like
that's
pouring gasoline on it. But you know what? And now it's like, oh my gosh, come in. And it's all this
I know.
incredible,
Different stuff.
you know, how we were so much tougher back then that you didn't want to be out. You didn't want to miss anything. So you did what you got to do to get back in.
In the game, baby, whatever it
You know,
was.
whatever it was. And it didn't necessarily have to be
30
sports,
seconds.
but yeah, I'm going, boy, if things change for a lot of people, but there's still people living by the old rules.
You could still buy Mercure Cone, by the way.
Can you really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes, I think so. I'm almost sure. I thought I saw it on Amazon.
Now I buy Noxzema. Greatest thing in the world for
Yeah.
sunburn.
That is good stuff. It stinks, though.
It does, but it's great for burns. Great for burns.
10 seconds.
214-787-1190. The boss said get off air. Don't go away, though. We'll be right back.
That's funny. Let's see. I think you can. Let's see if I can find it here.
That's hilarious.
How do you spell that? You remember how to spell that?
I think it's M-U-R.
Hang on.
Yes.
M-U.
Okay.
M-U-R. Is it a Q in there? Q?
I think it's a C. Mercuricome.
So I'll just try to do as best I can, see what happens.
Why don't you just say it into the phone and let that idiot find it?
I might could do that. Find Mercure Comb. I just didn't get it right. That's not it. Let's try it again.
What did it come up?
Mercure Comb. It's not answering. I know I saw it somewhere. Let me Google it.
You don't know how to spell it.
Well, you don't either.
Hey, Maddie, how do you spell Mercurochrome?
See, I know what that even is, probably.
She doesn't
What?
know what it is.
All right.
Mercurochrome.
What are you
Mercurochrome.
trying to say?
Here it is, right here.
How do you spell it?
It's MER.
Curochrome.
Yeah, there it is.
Mercurochrome. They still sell it?
Yeah, Walmart,
No way.
right there, $8.39.
Holy cow.
I'm gonna buy it and just have it on the shelf.
It's like the devil brew.
I don't know. Well, it sure works. I'll tell you that.
We thought it did.
There
I don't
it
know
is.
that it did.
Well, here on Amazon, right there. There it is. Just didn't know how to spell it.
There it is.
Six.
I wonder if it's still got the really hard plastic
Well, let's see.
applicator.
Let's see. Well,
Remember, you pulled that thing out, it was like a stick.
this says a gentle antiseptic. Gentle
ain't
boy. that's
That's a lie.
That's a sales job.
That is. You're going to put that on, you're going to run into a wall after you put it on.
Look at that. They got a little Band-Aid on the little kid.
That kid's crying.
We all cried. It looks like it comes
Look
in
at all the different flavors.
Well, we're out of the loop on the CareCom, aren't we? There you go, buddy.
Here, blow that up. What are the different flavors? Go back
All right,
to
let's
it.
go back and see what we got here.
See, can you blow that up?
I think so. So we have
No way.
Tintura. So it's Mercurochrome, and then Mercurolato Tintura, Yodo Salosilico, Yodo Tintura. Look at all the different ones.
Holy cow. Purple, blue, gold,
Azul de Melalino.
azul.
Melalino, yeah. Azul de
Wow.
Melalino. There you go. We're back.
I just remember that plastic applicator was like running a board across it.
Oh yeah, it was
stick.
a real hard plastic, and it would get on the whole stick.
Yeah.
You'd stick it
Mr.
down in
Chase,
there.
the
and then-
caller hung up.
oh, that's too bad.
Wow.
I
And
know.
then put it on that cut.
30 seconds.
It's great. It would rock your world,
Oh.
baby. But you'd be well.
Yeah.
You'd be back in the game after you cried for about 30 minutes.
It's like when they poured that gunpowder on an open wound. And
Yeah.
lit
Exactly. Exactly like it. Oh boy. Yeah, back in the day, remember, it was just terrible. They just saw your leg off. Watch some of those westerns I watch. And they found
it. Tombstone.
out that Doc Holliday was one reason why there was a lot of lives saved, because he realized about washing your hands. Did you know that? He was kind of the person that helped save a lot of lives, because before then they wouldn't wash their hands and then start operating on these people.
214-787-1190 is the number. The place to get your car service, real simple. Driver's Edge Auto Repair. Great sponsor of the show for 21 years. They don't winterize. They don't summarize. They only do the service that's needed. One of the most competitive companies now in the DFW area on tires. You think you got to go to the big box store for tires? Not anymore. Go to mydriversedge.com. That's mydriversedge.com for a location nearest you. Let them know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show. But before you go, look at their coupons. And they are discount coupons. They're not upsell coupons. They're discount coupons. A lot of times you bring in a coupon and they try to upsell you so much to compensate for what they just discounted. Not at Driver's Edge Auto Repair. They do the $35, check it before you buy it. You're buying a pre-owned automobile. You're not real sure what you're looking at. You call, make the appointment, take it by $35, check it before you buy it. Headlight to tail light, and you'll know what you're getting into. And then you get a report on what needs to be done. It's a great way to negotiate when you're buying an automobile if you don't get me involved by chance looking at a pre-owned car. But from full engine repairs, 2-year, 24,000-mile warranties, to all the great basic maintenance. And don't forget, if you don't have the money, they have financing available. The place, mydriversedge.com. That's mydriversedge.com. Remember, if you need help buying a car, selling your car, trading your car, always go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, leave me your name and number. Last month was incredible. We did over 200 people we directed to a dealership that acquired a car, over 200. It was incredible. I was very humbled by the response. I was very humbled by how much money came in for our adoptive teacher program. We had several cars donated for our single moms ministry that are being repaired, and then they'll go to the churches through their benevolence fund and be given to single moms in need. And we wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you, the listener, using our sponsors, because as you are buying cars and we're doing business, it's always easy for me to call and say, hey, I need a favor. If you got a car that comes in that you may wholesale but still got some leg left on it, we need that for the single moms. Driver's Edge helping us with certain people in big needs with their vehicles. It just goes full circle. So thanks to everybody. If you have an automotive need, go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, leave me your name and number. You never have to go it alone. I'll go to the dealership. I'll set up your car deal. I'll appraise your car. We'll talk about your credit if you want, and make sure you're getting the best financing with the best product, the best of everything each and every time, and that you have that relationship for after the sale. The place, theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt, leave me your name and number, and I'll help you out. There's a lot of these public sites now. Where I live, we have this neighborhood group, and they're always going, need help with the car, need help with the car. And I've been on that thing each time going, let me help. And I look at all the information that they're being given. And I know a lot of people try to be helpful, but some of that stuff I scratch my head and go, please don't do that. Please don't do that. There's a lot of things that you shouldn't do when you're out buying cars. One is you should never be just giving out your social security number hoping you can get financed. Driving around seeing what the value of your car is. What are the real numbers? We're going to do all that for you right up front. I'm going to appraise your car and tell you what that value is based on how you described it. You can actually go to my website, theautomotiveedge.com, and scroll down. There's a trade appraisal form and get you a bid based on what you tell me about it. So when you get to the dealership, we're going to know where your interest rate's going to be. We know what you're going to price the car for. We know basically what your trade's going to be for. All you need to do is fall in love with the right car and then drive it home. It's that simple working with me. I have hundreds and hundreds of people here in this auto industry to go directly to. Any maker model, I've got a connection. Doesn't matter. You want to sell your car, you don't want to deal with everything, you think that you can't get more at the dealer than on your own, I'll show you how to maximize the money on your trade-in values. And I never charge a dime. Handshake, hug, or a prayer, I'll take all three. Go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, leave me your name and number, and let me help you out. Okay, we've got a little trivia here. You want to do best states to drive in or the worst first?
Let's do the worst.
Okay, what do you think the worst state in the United States to drive in is?
I would.
Now, let me give you the categories.
Okay.
Ready?
All right.
This is, the metrics are gas prices, maintenance cost, auto thefts, traffic and commute time, road safety, death and injury rates. What's the worst state rated?
Well, I would think that it would be California.
Hawaii.
Wow. Okay. That's
California's not in the top 5.
Wow, really? How about New York? Is it in there?
Nope.
So if you're getting away from those, then I'm thinking then you go a little bit more different, like maybe like Wyoming or Montana or Idaho.
Very good. Montana's in there.
Okay. Now I don't get why there's that there, but and I guess weather has a play on how you're driving.
Washington was number 2, Montana 3, New Hampshire 4.
There you go.
Colorado number 5.
There you go.
The best states driving in the United States, and 3 of them start with an I.
I would guess Idaho would be one of them. But that's similar to almost the ones that are bad.
Okay. Iowa.
Let's see. What other I states are there? You got to help me out.
Potato-
Indiana,
potatoes,
and
potatoes,
Idaho.
Idaho,
I said Idaho. Didn't
Indiana.
Yeah.
You're right. No, you said Iowa.
I? Iowa. Okay. Yes.
Number 1, Kansas.
Really?
And number 5, Oklahoma. So you had Kansas, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, and Oklahoma.
And that's the
Best states
safest
for driving.
Well, that's probably because there's a lot of open spaces, and probably
So their gas prices are the
Good.
best.
right,
Their maintenance costs are low.
right.
Auto thefts are low.
Mhm.
Traffic and commute time is easy. Road safety is good. And death and injury rates are low.
I can see that.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that'll be on next week's trivia. We'll see how well you
All right.
learned it.
I think I can remember some of it.
True.
I will have slept since then, but I figure I can get it. We'll test our audience.
That's right. That's
Maybe
right.
give them away a sweatshirt. They
I got
get the
you.
right one.
So interest rates are coming down. Can you refinance your car? Let's book it out. I got a lot of people going, hey, I bought my car during COVID.
Don't you think they should wait a little bit longer, though, maybe?
Well, here's what we need to do is let's get your car appraised.
Okay, see where you're at.
And let's do a book to value.
There you go.
And that'll tell you everything. And that way, if you go to theautomotiveedge.com, you click on Ask Kurt, I appraise your car. We do a book to value. You call your bank, you get a 10-day payoff. And let's book it out and see where you are financially. It doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
Go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, scroll down. There's your trade appraisal form. Fill it out. Let's book it out and see where you are. It's a free service. It really is. I do it for nothing. Grins and giggles. Handshake, hug, or a prayer. And that way you'll have a good idea when you're out there. Because here's the thing. You can go from dealer to dealer to dealer. And we've done this. Every year we do this. And we get 6 different bids. And half of them are dead on. The other one are big spreads. Why? Because they can put a price on there based on maybe the incentives that they have. They can give you a trade-in allowance versus a true trade-in value. They can move some money around and go, well, hang on, he's going to go shopping. We've got $3,000 incentive money on this vehicle. Instead of 24, we're going to tell him 27.
Right.
Then you run around from dealer to dealer to dealer, and no one's giving you 27. But then you go back to the one that gave you 27, but then what are you actually buying the new car for?
Right.
That's where you go, oh, ruh-roh, what just happened here?
Correct.
We want to give you a number that will be good based on how you describe it anywhere.
Yeah, no matter where you go with it.
If I give you a number on that vehicle based on your description, you can take it anywhere, and I will be within dollars of what I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going to look at it, and their big thing is, what does it cost to recondition it to get it out on the lot to market?
1 minute.
Is it a marketable car? Can I put enough money into it to get it right to book value where I can get it financed as well and make money? We're going to take care of all that for you. You don't have to worry about any of that. Get to sleep good at night because you got Kurt in your corner helping you with your automotive needs. Quick break. I'm Kurt Chase, the man, the myth, the legend, Big Wheel Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
Maddie Gomez back in studio that keeps us in line.
Oh, she does keep us in line.
Thank goodness for that.
Like a rainy Sunday.
Yeah. I guess Mercurochrome got kind of went a little south because they were worried. I read where they were worried about the mercury that was in it. Really?
There's nothing.
Didn't
no
affect,
mercury
didn't
in
affect me whatsoever.
I wonder why I jump when lightning hits.
That might be part of it.
All that Mercurochrome.
A little bit too much metal.
My mom, we'd come in and we'd be crying or limping. What do we do now?
That was it. That's the first thing they'd pull out.
Oh, Mom, not that, not that. Just take a deep breath.
Oh, it was the same
It
thing.
didn't matter. You might want to knock me out.
You got to the place where you just try to suck it up because if it was too bad, you knew you're going to get it.
Well, then it got worse because they put hydrogen peroxide on there first, then Mercurochrome.
That too.
Or just some regular alcohol. Well, I ain't got anything, just regular rubbing alcohol. Okay, let's pour a bunch of that on there.
Yeah. Crazy.
But you know what? We drank out of water hoses. We
Did that too.
yeah.
And we followed mosquito sprayers too when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
I mean, everybody, the kids, hey, guess what's coming down? There comes the mosquito spray. We'd all be running back behind that thing, sucking that right down our lungs.
The lake that we used to swim is
Wait,
called Lake
yeah.
By.
Yeah, bad, nasty.
Lake Bill Big, right off Lake By Drive. I'm gonna tell you what.
Well, when it rained, you play in the ditches.
Oh,
The good old days, baby. I don't know. Nobody knows
there's the man.
Nobody knows how to have fun anymore.
No. After school, at the end of the year, you cut your jeans off, you had your shorts,
Exactly.
threw on a tank top, and got on your bike barefooted and took off.
Ready to go.
I took off more of the tips of my toes not wearing shoes.
Ugh. See,
Well,
now that
your mom always said, if you just put your shoes on.
I never went barefooted much because I didn't like that. My toe, I couldn't stand having anything about my feet hurt. So I always wore at least flip flops or something, but I always had something on my feet. But like my son Graham, he loves to go barefooted everywhere.
I do too. Melinda, my feet have always looked so bad. I break my toenails. I cut my feet.
Because you go
scrape
barefooted
them
so much?
all the time.
Yeah. Stepping on
Now,
stuff.
I put on a pair of shoes when I mow the yard, but if I'm out working in the yard, I'm always barefooted.
Wow. So
Still to this day. I'll come home and I'll have a toenail ripped off. Or I'll have have her grabbing some tweezers and pulling something out of my foot.
I'm gonna get her some Mercuricone next time you get a cut, and I'm gonna have her pull it out just to surprise you. Like, yeah, put some of this on. See,
Here, don't even tell me what she's putting on. Here, let me take care of that.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
I've hurt myself. You ask Melinda. I have hurt myself more times since I've been married to her.
Well, you've hurt yourself a lot since I've known you. I mean, it's something almost about once every month or two that you've fallen or ladder landed on you or whatever. Yeah, Charlie Davis says, yeah, Mercuricone is the best for any cuts or scrapes.
When the last time you used that, Big Charlie? I remember we had it. I remember the coaches had it.
Yeah, even for that. That was just the go-to deal, man.
Salt pills and Mercuricone.
40 seconds.
Maddie, did you ever know about Mercuricone?
Heck no.
About what?
Mercuricone. You know what that is?
I don't know what that is.
You never heard of it?
No.
Oh. Ask your dad. Your dad probably knows.
Oh, he never used it.
You don't think he
Dave's
knows?
too young.
Dave's too young too. How's he doing, by the way?
Doing good. He's
good. We have 10 seconds.
Okay.
What'd you say? He's in a boot now, Maddie?
Yes.
He's off the walker. He fell again,
Break his ankle or?
but he got pins and plates in
Oh,
there.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He did the full mammoth jam on that bad boy.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that bad.
Then he tells me to come see him. I drive all the way from McKinney and he ain't there. My buddy. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. This segment of the show brought to you by Eldorado Mazda 380 and 75. My buddy Tommy Milton, one of the hottest selling line of SUVs, the new CX-70. Finally, somebody builds a bad to the bone SUV with a V6. And they got it. The new CX-70 is everything you want as far as ride, drive, handling, and Kurt's most favorite part, acceleration. And then you have their CX-5, which is their top seller, all the way to the new big bad boy, the CX-90, in stock, great APRs, great leases with great people. Eldorado Mazda, 380 and 75. See Tommy Milton, new car director, online all the time at eldoradomazda.com. You can give him a call at 972-569-0101. That's 972-569-0101. Or get with Tommy. Eldorado Mazda. eldoradomazda.com.
Michael A. says that Mercuricone is monkey blood.
That's right.
There it is.
That's what I was told growing up.
That's funny.
All right. So here's one for you. This innovative vehicle promises to change how we think about personal mobility by combining land and air travel in one sleek design. They just unveiled the new Skyrider X1, which is the first flying motorcycle.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
How about that?
That's that's not
How do you
bad.
like me now?
The only problem is how you gonna be so safe riding in the air on a motorcycle? That's too open for me.
Well, what about those hand gliders and all the rest of it? It says
Not bad.
developer by Richter, a sub-brand of Chinese company Quick Wheel. The Skyrider X1 marks a big progression from Richter's previous product, the K1 e-bike, transitioning from an electric bicycle to a flying motorcycle. It shows Richter's ambition to push the boundaries of eco-friendly and energy-efficient transportation. X1 claims to be the world's first amphibious flying passenger motorcycle.
Wow, boy, you better.
Are you getting on the back of that one?
No way. And if you have one, you better invest in a parachute, too.
You're going to be too close to ground. You're going to die.
You think?
It's going to let you only in certain airspace.
Oh, okay. Why wouldn't I let you go where you want?
Well, you got airplanes.
So
You get taken out.
what if a guy says, he's not having a good day and he's going to take one on?
Well, I saw the guy. What do they call it? Drones. This guy,
Right.
you know how he's
Right.
got this thing that's got like 8 things on it,
Right.
and he's got this big landing strip, all this property. Man, this guy is flying around on that thing. I'm going, wow. He's going into production, and you can fly this. I don't know how you get your life. I don't know how you get approved to do this.
You
stuff.
actually ride the drone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's out of my wheelhouse. I'm not into that.
Would you get on the back?
I don't like heights.
Yeah.
So,
So air balloons would not be.
I
your
don't
deal?
even like to go and get in a hotel above 2 stories.
Oh, me with same way.
I just want to be, I just don't like it. And, when you think about what happened on 9/11 with people up there 100 and something stories or whatever, I'm going, why?
We checked into a nice luxury hotel, and I walked down the balcony and went, "Ruh-roh," called the hotel, and I said, "Hey, move me down." Melinda goes, look at the view. I went, "Sorry, honey. Couldn't do it.
Too dangerous.
We dropped down 9 floors."
I don't blame you. I'm the same way. Height is a real I've sent you some pictures, I believe, of these beds that are out on like there's a house and the beds are over the mountain.
Yeah.
I'm going, who would do that?
There are plenty of people.
Why ain't one of them?
There's one now. I forgot what the country is. They lower you 100 feet onto a platform to sleep for the night.
Yeah.
And the next day, this helicopter comes and lowers a rope, and you strap in, and it lifts you out of it.
Well, there won't be any sleeping for me because I ain't going to be on. Well, I'd be sleeping, but it won't be there.
There's no money that would get me to do that.
No. Have you seen those funny deals where they have the glass bridges?
Oh, yeah.
And you step and they break? And it's all not real breaking, but it has a simulation of that. These people freak out. They're hundreds of feet way up there and they step, the thing breaks. That's hysterical.
Everybody keeps talking about all the flying stuff. I know that, which one was it? One of the driving services was very ambitious, and they bought all the property downtown Dallas for talking about all the flying taxis. But a lot of this becomes, you hear all the money and investment and all the scuttlebutt about it, and then it goes away.
Yeah.
But I would just tell you this: flying taxis, I am 100% out.
Yeah.
Scooters around downtown Dallas and Fort Worth, I am 100% out.
Yeah.
I want to be in my own car, driving myself to the place I need to be, either handing a guy a 10 spot for valet or parking the car. I don't get why all these. Here's the problem with all this. Here's what it comes down for me. Is we start building self-driving cars, self-flying this, self-driving that, and as this stuff starts to crash, it's going to affect my insurance.
Well, it's already bad enough, and that's all you need is one more thing to take it to another whole level.
Yeah, when they start
like
paying out these tragedies and travesties that happen, like all the hurricanes in Florida and all this devastation, that money got to come from someone, and it comes from the people that are not having problems and not having issues and not getting traffic tickets, not in accidents, paying these bills.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy,
I mean, how do you insure? I couldn't imagine calling up my insurance agent going, "Hey, I just bought
I got this new drone that is a
flying motorcycle.
Yeah,
what are we looking at here?"
Yeah, what are we talking about here? a couple hundred a year.
Wow. All right, so here for 2025, go to my website and look at the 4Ds. If you haven't been to my website, go to theautomotiveedge.com. I'm revamping the entire website. I have a young lady that's going to make this thing just pop. I know that it's old, but I'm kind of old school. But it serves its purpose. Now we're going to do some upgrading to it. But here's the thing. Don't give out your Social Security while you're out shopping for a car. I can't stress that enough. Even after I mentioned this, how many people in January said,
Still did it.
how do I get all the inquiries off
Yeah.
from December? Well, you just can't call Equifax or Experian and go, hey, I need all the inquiries removed. It doesn't work that way. You'd have to go to the dealer, then the dealer would have to process paperwork to go to the, it's not going to get done. It's just not going to get done.
You got it.
Only if you're buying the vehicle. And now people, I had a gentleman call me the other day going, hey, Kurt, I can't believe this. They want my social and I'm paying cash. It's different times, folks.
Well, that's related to the actual purchase of the vehicle.
Your social goes with the car. Why? So they can trace and track the car. With all the way the world is now, that's why they don't sell open MSOs, open titles. It's titled. Everything gets titled. Okay, every car gets titled. That's where they know who it belongs to, where it's going. It won't be long where every car is going to be tracked anyway by the government.
I think they probably already is.
If you're out shopping, all you need is your license and insurance. Don't give it out. Once you give it out to one dealer, depending on who the dealer is, and they shotgun that out to about 5 or 6 banks, your loan has been conditioned wherever you go, same brand. Just don't do it. Second is, quit giving out the value of your trade. It doesn't matter. It does not matter until you find the car that you want. And if you go to theautomotiveedge.com and click on Ask Kurt and scroll down, I'll tell you what your vehicle's worth and keep it in your pocket. Once you give out a number on your trade, it shows, it would always show me how to construct a car deal. If you go, okay, and I'm looking at the book value and you say, you want 85 and the book's 8, I'm going, how can I manipulate the numbers to make that actually work? How do I manipulate that and still make money and still acquire the car? What do I got to change to do whatever the case may be? It doesn't matter. And the other thing, too, is don't give out your monthly payment right away because it doesn't matter. I would just tell you, if you figure $30 per thousand when you're financing, you're going to have a ballpark of how much car you can buy. But you don't want to go out and give out all your information and wind up being put on something that you may not want and realize, dadgummit, is that the only thing I could buy? When in reality, it may not be. So look at the 4Ds and remember the last one. Don't call me on Monday if you did all the rest of them and expect me to get you out of trouble. I had more people that call me going, hey, Kurt, I need your help. What's going on? Hey, can you please call this dealer and tell them I want to bring the car back? Can you please call this person and tell them I'm not interested anymore?
1 minute.
Well, you can call them.
Yeah.
But it ain't get very far.
Yeah, let's get it done right the first time. So for 2025, if you have somebody, I need a car, go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt. Let's get your information. We will simplify buying that car. Quick break. We'll get things wrapped up just as soon as we get back. 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the man, Big Wheel Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
So Art was saying amphibious. He says, I assume that's above the water when they're flying. Is that what that meant?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's even worse.
Could you imagine sitting there and traffic's backed up and all of a sudden that motorcycle just lifts up and
takes off? Well, a lot of these motorcycles are doing that now anyways, where they fly by me on the freeway.
Have you
They're
seen
about
the
2
deal?
states about being flying in the air.
I'm going to send you this deal where they have these buses in China that they raise up and the wheels are like trim. There's a whole row of them and it goes right over all the traffic.
You know, I've seen that.
Unbelievable.
It's pretty crazy, isn't it? It just gets right in between the lanes and goes right over them. Well, they need that. I know when I did the USO military tour in South Korea.
You been to China?
No. But when I did the U.S. military tour in South Korea, I saw there's just so much traffic. I mean, when we'd have to go perform and go to a different place, we just have to go so early because of traffic and just set and set and set. I'm going like that's something they need. So it would be perfect to have that in those kind of places. But China's got it now, huh?
Yeah, they show where they pull up to these big corporations. And man, they unload on both sides. That thing takes off, picks up the next load. It's unbelievable.
Is it like a city bus transit?
Yeah.
But it's that kind of way, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they got to have it in some of these places. You don't go anywhere. We almost had that this morning getting here.
They show that one where I'll send it to you where I don't know how wealthy these people are, but they have a subway and the subway stops and the kids can come up through a hatch.
I
into
saw
their
that
apartment.
too. Saw that on the reels. Yeah, they just come up and there get out. That's kind of cool though. Drop your kid off, drop him down the little thing.
And you wonder how they can have all that there and we don't hear.
Too much regulations.
How
here.
much too many? How different the economies are.
We got too many governmental regulations here. That's the problem. Where they don't have that stuff. You know, mainly they're well, China's a communist regime, so they can do what they want. So they don't have, there's no governmental regulations. They do what they want to do and they don't care. And some things are great. Some things are not great. But those kind of things like that, those are fantastic ways to get around. And we've got so many regulations here that you just have to stick with.
Like that speed train. They've been running it for years and you got hell to pay to get one from here to Houston.
They've been trying to work for that, 15 years now?
Well, Mike Pace was one of the designers.
Oh, was
that.
He really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Supposed to go like 400 miles an hour, wasn't it?
Going and going. And, a lot of it was land issues and eminent domain and
whatever.
all the different things they had to deal with.
If you're a communist country, just take it over and do it. So
they just say, get it done.
They get it done. But I'm not promoting communism, don't get me wrong. It's just that we do have too many regulations that really thwarts this country's growth. And it's too bad. We kind of get locked down on a lot of things, but I wouldn't ride in a motorcycle that flies either, so it don't matter to me whether it's regulated or not.
I see all these videos of these people on their property flying off.
I've seen a lot of that. I see a lot of that.
Get it.
I see a lot of that in planes. And there's a lot of that out in Sanger area and some of those areas that are more open, that they've got airstrips in their backyard.
Yeah.
And they, of course, got small little planes that they do that in, but they just take off and go. And it's kind of cool. I don't like being in a plane. I don't like height. But, when you have that scenario and you want to get to Dallas,
5 seconds.
You want to go somewhere like that, you just take off and go to, an airstrip near where you want to go. You don't even have to drive. That's one fancy buggy right there, isn't it? That's a Cadillac of baby buggies.
That's right. 214-787-1190. Want to thank everybody. Definitely Freeman Toyota for having us out here today. 820 and 183, just a little bit south of 183 on 820. We're here at Highway 10, and the showroom's packed with trucks. They have got every make, model, design, wheel style, bumper style, step style. They got it all. Plus, you got your Camry hybrids, your Corolla hybrids, your hard-to-find vehicles. They've got them here. And let me just tell you what, they aren't married to none of them. They want them gone. Even your hard-to-find Grand Highlanders, they're making deals. The 4Runners, they are going to be here around April. But if you want a 4Runner, and there's so many people just contact me, get over here to Freeman Toyota and look at what they have coming. Design one, build one, get your order in, and get one of the new 4Runners. Totally off the chart, just like their new Land Cruiser. They got out of making this thing this standalone luxury brand like Lexus. Now they got this thing where it's on-road, off-road, so many different components you can do to it. And then there are pickup trucks that you can, from the Tacoma to the Tundra, you can do so many things. The place, Freeman Toyota, 820 and 183, a little bit south, block down from the Northeast Mall. Stop in and see BJ and Jerry. Let them know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show and enjoy the best Toyota experience. Like I said, I've known this company for well over 40 years, from the owner, Mr. Freeman, to Dane Miner. My brother just retired after 42 years with the company, and enjoy the best way to own your Toyota. Bo, good show.
Well, this place is rocking too. I mean, it is jamming around here this morning. People are just flocking in, and it's a great place to come and check out a Toyota for sure.
That's right. And be sure to subscribe. Remember, once we hit that 1,000 mark, we get $1,000 for
That's
our
on
teachers.
YouTube.
Right. Go to the YouTube and type in the Automotive Edge radio show and subscribe. Tell everybody to do it. Start that chain. And because I'm telling you, helping a teacher with their school supplies for the kiddos is as heartwarming as it gets.
And we love each and every one of you for being a part of our broadcast and make your comments. We got Jim Wagner said, fun show. You guys have a great day and cheers. Charlie Davis says, y'all have a great weekend. Super show. All these kind of things really makes our show really more entertaining, not only for us, but you too as well. And it just makes it way more interactive and more enjoyable. And we do appreciate that for doing that. And we thank you for listening to us on the radio as well. So every Saturday morning from 8 to noon, tell everyone to join us on Talk Radio 1190 AM KFXR, because that's where we're at.
That's right. Thanks so much. Be sure to sign up for the newsletter. It's free. We got one coming out next Thursday, and it'll be our first release for 2025.
If you do sign up for it and you don't get it, it might have gone to spam.
I'm checking my spam
Trying to be on top of
every
that.
other day now.
Yeah, that's good.
And I'm getting anywhere from 50 to 150 spams.
That should have been in your regular email, you mean?
Yep. And I pulled about 40 of them the last couple of weeks for the newsletter. So we'll get that out and just keep you up to date with what's going on. We got Connor's Car Show coming up April 12th. Want to make sure that everybody, we get to meet you out there and say hello and support Down syndrome awareness. Over 600 cars out there, and it's just a great day. They got the crawfish crawl right next door. If you're a crawfish person, they got it. All the food trucks, a lot of great events coming up, and a lot of it is for helping people, something we need to get back to doing, helping one another.
It's time to do it.
That's right. Maddie back in studio. Thank you for all that you do every Saturday.
Maddie, you got big plans today?
No, I work at 4 o'clock because the Mavs play, so I just work all day.
Okay, cool.
Huh. Well, go Mavs. Hopefully Luka will get back in and the Mavs will start playing a little bit better. The games will be more enjoyable. Cowboys got a new coach. Who cares?
10 years now. They'll be last place for the next 5 to 7.
Do you know what the average tenure of a Cowboy coach is?
I think it's running about 3 years, isn't it?
4 years.
4 years. I missed it.
9 coaches, 36 years.
Steelers had their coach for 17 years now.
Yeah, they've had 3.
Yeah.
So I think 4 now.
We were headed that before Jerry Jones took over. But
yeah.
After that,
until he opened his mouth about Jimmy and screwed that whole deal up. He'd have 4 more trophies.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But today is going to be a beautiful day. Get out. Remember to turn off those electronics and get recommunicated.
Yeah.
Tell that person you love them. Have some vocal conversations instead of all the texting and emails and all the rest of it. I'm telling you, our vacation, talking to people and no cell phone around, was amazing. The conversation.
It just makes it nice, doesn't it?
That's right. Have a great Saturday. Thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show. Let your friends and family know you have an advocate in the industry at theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt. Have a great weekend.
And God bless.